Hope you guys can hear that music. Let me know in the live chat. Tonight's going to be a special show. Can I get a thumbs up? Can you guys hear that music? And can you hear me? Hope you're all ready for tonight's show. Setting the tone, setting the mood. It's going to be a good one. What up? Jaywalk says you guys can hear both. Love it. All right, so tonight's show. Let me mute this for a second. Just want to give you all a little bit of intro music there. Welcome back to Pedro de Santiago, Mr.BetonYou. We do live every single Sunday. I got a special one for you guys tonight. Highly anticipated, highly suggested. And I did my best to bring you this content creator so we and him can have a respectful, open conversation, debate, whatever you want to call it, right? And I'm super excited about this. So we got a few things to go over. Hold on, let's see here. 1 second. Okay, there we go. Okay, let me get set up. Hope you guys had a great day. Today's going to be, I think we're good. Let me check the feedback. All right, we're good. All right, audio is perfect. Thank you, guys. Appreciate everybody being here. I'm getting a little bit of feedback on my end, but if you guys can hear me okay, we're good. Now, I like to bring different perspectives on this channel when I can, because I already know most of us that watch this channel are cherry pickers, I'm sure. I did put a poll up. Please have your voice heard in the poll. I'll be in the live chat in a minute, guys. Are you a cherry picker? Are you a top dasher? Or are you or do you think that it doesn't really matter? It's all market dependent. So there's 3 ways you can answer that question, kind of, okay? So today we're going to have City Deliveries. This is a young man. His name's Richard. I've been watching him for maybe about a month, right? And his perspective is completely different. But I wanted to bring him on the show because I like you listen. Let's just call it what it is. I am not a top dasher. I have said top dashers are clowns before. I've said no tip, no trip. I preach and talk about all this stuff, right? But I also realize in certain markets, based on what other people are telling me, oh, Pedro, I've tried this. It's working for me. So I think that one man's opinion, being myself, doesn't mean that I'm always right about something, right? Because more and more people are coming to me saying, hey, you know what? I've tried this. This is working. The algorithms are a tricky thing. I don't think any of us know it. I think there's a lot of coincidences. There's a little bit of luck. There is some skill as well. If you really know your area, I do believe that. If you know where to start, honeycomb hotspots, there's a little bit of skill in there. I do believe that. But I want to bring on a top dasher because after watching this guy's channel, he's very entertaining. I like how he talks numbers. I like how it seems like he's speaking some facts for him in his market, right? And I like that. Seems like he's got a Discord. He's helping people in his market make money. That's what it seems. So I want to bring him on so he can speak about his experiences, and maybe you can make something out of that, right? And we'll keep the conversation good, right? So this isn't going to be bashing him bashing me. We're gonna try to educate, inform, share ideas, right? Because we like to do that on this channel and learn from one another. Now, it doesn't mean it might not get saucy. It doesn't mean we might not disagree about some things. But that's all good. So we're going to have him on at about 9:30. So please consider hitting that thumbs up button. So when City Deliveries get in here, we got as many people as possible. Appreciate the 131 already. We're only 4 minutes in. I expect this show to be a good one. I do. The Streamyard link, I will share it. I like to bring 1 or 2 people maybe before 9:30. We can talk about the topic at hand. And also after I bring in City Deliveries, Richard, we'll bring some people in to talk to him and I about some things. Whether you're a top dasher, a cherry picker, bring us some knowledge and information as to why you are that and why your opinion is that it's either trash or it's helping you. So I want to bring as many people in as possible. The StreamYard link will be open to everyone that wants to come in. I'll put it in the live chat. You can also text this number right here behind me, and I can send it to you that way as well. Looking forward to a great show. Now, before we get going too much, let's see. Let's check out the chat. I do have a few things I want to go over with you guys, a few shout outs. We do have 3 featured channels this week. I'll talk about my week a little bit. What up, Blake? What up, Daniel? What up, Eric? I see Akeem. I see Frank Dog. I see Joyce, TN, Cliff. What up? I see Cherry. I see Laura. I see CJ, TN, Mad Dash. What up, brother? Red Speedy. I see Brian. Appreciate you being a channel member, Brian. Edward. I see Renee. I see Nova Dasher. What up? What up? I see Cherry. Kevin. I see Jay White. I see Rodney, Eric, Picky Pink. I see City Deliveries is in there. I see Scott. I see Jay Walk. What up, Jay Walk? And a few other people. Appreciate y'all for being in here. Okay. Don't forget to answer the poll because I want to reference that later to see what the people are saying. Okay. Hannibal is hungry. What up? Appreciate you guys for being in here. Appreciate it. All right. So a couple things this week. How was my week? My week was good. I did not do a lot of DoorDash this week on purpose because I had a really good promotion from Uber Rideshare. Basically made an extra $210 for doing work and spending the same amount of time in my market that I would have anyway if I did a mix of Instacart, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Uber Rideshare, whatever. So that allowed me to basically not work I worked very little bit on Friday. So I worked what I would call 4.25 days this week, not even quite a half day on Friday, but I did turn the apps on to make a little bit of bread on Friday, about $100. So I hit my goal this week by working less because of that promotion. Felt great. Y'all know me. I like the rideshare. I started with that back in 2020. I like picking up people. I like meeting new people. I like taking people to work, picking them up from airports, dropping off to airports, picking them up from here and there, running them around. Like it's a cool thing. And when you get surges and multipliers, sometimes, I had one run. I think I made $60 in 1 hour at one point because I did 2 Uber ride shares, and one of them was just like $45. One was like 15, knocked them out in under an hour. So the ride share in my market is very good, right? So that was kind of my week. Had a good monetary week. Then this weekend, I spent the entire day, Saturday, with my girls, Ruby and Madison. We went to Grant's Farm. We went out to dinner. We hung out. Really low-key day. And today was real low-key. Spent the day with them as well and getting ready for the show. So my weeks was really good. High vibes. Not a lot to complain about. No issues. It was a really good week, right? Going into this week, no promotions on UberX, so I plan on multi-apping like I do. I fire all apps on Instacart. I'll have DoorDash. I'll have Uber on, which will show me rideshare and Uber Eats offers. And I cherry pick the best that I can. I keep all apps on. And another thing, before we get into this topic and all that, I think top dasher versus cherry picker, you have to look at it a couple different ways. Because for me, I have 3 apps that I run, and I take the best offer. I can even like accept an Instacart, do a quick DoorDash or Uber Eats run, and then go back to my Instacart. So for me, I make my money a little bit differently than maybe some traditional top dashers that might only have DoorDash, right? Or only maybe that and Uber Eats, or maybe that and Grubhub. So they have to really rely on DoorDash much more. I've been relying on DoorDash much less. Every month I'm working a little bit less because I'm finding other ways to make money in my market, right? So I think I'm really looking forward to having that type of conversation, because I do believe some of you guys in your market, depending on what is hitting and what isn't, or if you have rideshare in your back pocket, if you're on a waiting list for, like a Spark or something else, you might have to be a Dasher. I don't know. And in past videos, I've said, I think Top Dasher manipulates people. Can you really make money? Because there are a few days where you have to accept a lot of orders to get that percentage high, right? Because what I understand is got to keep it 70%, but you have to get it to 70 for the next month. So you end the month at 70, you're rewarded Top Dasher. When that new month starts, right? So you get it up to past 70 on August 31st or whatever, or July 31st. August 1st starts, you have the Top Dasher badge, right? And then you could just cherry pick from there. But what do you have to do? How many miserable people do you have to deliver to get to that point? Is it worth it? That's what we're going to talk about tonight. So, all right. Appreciate you guys for being in here. Hit that thumbs up. We're going to have City Deliveries on pretty soon. Now, I'm going to share the Streamyard, because if somebody would like to come in before to ask some questions or just chat for a minute about Top Dasher, Cherry Picker, Share Experience, we can do that before City Deliveries comes in. So let me go ahead. I'm going to post there. It's going to be under Pedro Reacts. So you should see the Streamyard link right there. Any and all are welcome. Please come in, hit the thumbs up for your boy. So the 3 featured channels this week. So let's talk about that real quick, because one of them is just like, I want to share some information with y'all that probably most of you guys I would say don't know about this channel. It's not gig related, but I want to share a story because I think YouTube and the algorithm is like a weird thing, and it's quite fascinating what I've seen on this channel. What's been done in like a week. It amazes me how the algorithm just pushes certain things out. It's quite fascinating. So I want to share a little bit of that. So the link is dropped in there. You can also text, boom, that right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at our 3 featured channels for this week real quick. So the first one is City Deliveries. Now, I think this channel is maybe a few months, maybe a year old. I'm not really sure how old it is. I know Sin City is in here. You could go ahead and put in your link to your channel if you like. But definitely check that out. Very entertaining, quick videos. He's smart. He's witty. I kind of like it. You know, I didn't know what to think at first because y'all know me. I'm not a top dasher. I talk against that, right? But it doesn't mean somebody can't have a good channel and talk about that stuff, right? The second one is, so the next 2 are channels that are not gig related. I've talked about one of these before because I love this channel. And I saw a short video he put up. He just hit 100,000 subscribers. And when you do that, you get that silver play button, right? And he unopened it with his sons. And I thought it was awesome. So Uneducated Economist is the channel name. It's a great channel. I just love everything about this guy. He talks about economics, his viewpoint on it. He's in the lumber industry. He works as like a salesperson at like a lumber yard, I'm pretty sure. He goes live a lot. He just sits in his car. It's just a fantastic show. And I just, he just started with himself just talking, but he does a lot of research on the back end. He talks about economic state from an uneducated opinion, right? And then the last one is a channel that came through my feed, like, I don't know, this past week. And it was about a young lady. I could tell she was a young woman. And it was like, the thumbnail was basically just her sitting in a car. She had a hat on. It said, "I'm living homeless," or something like that. I clicked on it. She had, I think, I don't know, last week, she might have had like 100 subscribers. She's at 30,000, almost 30,000 subscribers in like 12 days. And she has like, I don't know, a few shorts and like 6 videos. It's crazy. One of her videos is at like 500,000 views. And she talks about her story of being homeless, and it is crazy. So the channel name on that one is ALLinWithari. So all caps ALL in with Ari, ARI. To me, it's amazing what some people can do on YouTube. She just she lives in her car. She's filming. She's talking about her experiences and how she got there. And it is blown up. She'll probably, by my estimation, she'll hit 100K in probably 2 or 3 weeks. Absolutely amazing what you can do with a phone and an idea or just sharing your story. It's crazy. I watch a lot of YouTube. I have never seen, doesn't mean it hasn't happened, a content creator grow 30,000 subscribers in like a week or 2. It is absurd. It is awesome, in my opinion. So I'm a big component of, if you have something to say, an opinion, if you're passionate about something, if you have a unique experience, you need to start a YouTube channel. Why not make money from Google AdSense? Why not? It could change your life. I can tell it's changing hers. I can't imagine. Like, she has a Cash App. People are sending her money, I'm sure. It's crazy. So ALLinWithari, ARI, ALLinWithari, all one word. City Deliveries is a featured channel. Feel free to drop a link if you're in here. And Uneducated Economist. Congratulations to Uneducated Economist at hitting 100K subscribers. You got that play button. We gotta give shout outs to people that work hard and put the effort, and you get something back on that. So I see we've got 4 people waiting already. So I'm gonna bring you guys in, and then we're gonna talk for a little bit about Top Dasher, Cherry Picker, or is it just all market dependent? Right? Talk algorithm if you want. We'll keep on topic, and then we'll bring in City Deliveries. So let me go ahead and bring these guys in. I'm gonna read a little comments before I do that. It's only 9:14, so I'm gonna bring you guys in here for about 5 to 8 minutes. Okay, let's see what we got here. 2 phones are a must, says Tim L. Shout out to Solo, as you see Solo's up there somewhere. If you don't know about Solo, definitely check them out. They're a gig app that helps drivers make better educated decisions. They guarantee some pay, all that good stuff. So check them out. Happy birthday, Jody. What up? What up? I see TMB. So also City Deliveries has Discord, and he called the Money Boys, TMB. So you might see some new people in here. Appreciate you guys for checking it out. Can't wait to get you guys in the conversation. What up? Let's play DoorDash. All right. Yeah. Happy birthday to Jody. Shout out to Jody. Okay. So let's see here. I see Nadia, Juices Ghost. So let's read this comment right here from Paveway. I think it's mostly depends on the number of dashers in your area. If you consistently can't get on or never get orders because of too many, try hard top dashers, then it may make sense. Okay. Like it. Let's see what we got here. Holly, hello. Dan, what up? Mary, what up? All right, let's bring these guys in. I think you guys are going to be nice in the chat. What up, Tony? What up? Bud Soda, I see you guys. Charles Bronson, what up? Okay, let's bring these guys in. I'm going to bring all four of you guys in at the same time so we can have a dialogue. If you're new here, my name is Pedro Torres and Jungle. We go live every Sunday. In my opinion, it's the best live show in the gig community. We have a great community of people in the live chat. If you've never been here before, it's always a good show on Sunday. So it's interactive. Anybody is welcome in a live stream. I welcome everybody in. So definitely consider joining us next week and stay around for a little while. We usually go live 2 to 3 hours. So it's crazy. Okay, so we got Dasher Dan. I see Bud Soda. I see my man Mad Dash. And I see my man Cliff Dog. I ain't talked to these guys in a minute. Love it. So let's bring you guys in for about 5-7 minutes. I'm going to bring you guys in all at the same time, okay? Make sure YouTube's turned off in the background. Hello, gentlemen. How we doing tonight?
Hello.
What's up?
What's up, guys? What up? How you guys doing? Is that Bud Soda? I see.
It is.
Okay. So Dasher Dan, are you there? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Okay, cool. So what do you guys think about the topic tonight? Is there any perspective you can share, any experiences you can share? I'll start with Dasher Dan first.
Yeah, I would say I'm more of like a cherry picker. I try to do my orders like $2 per mile that I'm going. Anything more is like a plus. But I just recently came across your channel and I was like noticing that I was getting orders that were like $3 for like 15 miles away, and I didn't know why. And then I thought about maybe trying for Top Dasher, but then after watching your videos, I realized like that's probably not the best idea. So I personally, in my area, it's better to be a cherry picker and find orders that I can get $2 per mile.
Gotcha. Okay. What about you, Bud Soda? I feel like I know what you're going to say, but give me your thoughts.
I'm definitely a cherry picker. I've tried Top Dasher and it just wasn't worth it for me. I've got 2 zones, and if I have to, I know how to work the other one, so I can manipulate it and have it work in my favor. I feel it's not worth it to have Top Dasher. Just take all these crap orders, wear the crap out of your vehicle. You know how much miles I put on in the first place, and then at the same time, like, just schedule out 7 days, and if I forget, then I could probably hack my way onto the other schedule, abuse Extend Dash, work my other apps. I mean, this is why to apply as many apps that you have in your area, and it might not be obvious. You might have to go on Indeed, look up independent contractor delivering or catering, and you might find something just local, just to your area. So keep that
Bud Soda,
in mind.
let me ask you a question, Bud Soda, real quick before I get to Cliff and Mad Dash. How long did you try Top Dasher out, and how long ago was it that you tried it?
Basically, when I first started watching you, which would have been last May, I think it was last time I went for it. They've gifted it me a few times, and what I did was, like, even though it's supposed to end, you can still schedule 4 or 5 days out in advance. Just take advantage of that,
Gotcha. Cliff Dog, what are your thoughts, man? I hope, first of all, happy to see you back. Hope you're doing well, and give me some of your perspective on this topic.
Nice to see y'all too. I mean, whatever works for everybody, man. I mean, I don't know what benefit a Top Dasher would really actually do, like. But as far as I do cherry picking just like everybody else probably should do anyway. You know, I do what benefits me to make the most money. That's what anybody should be doing anyway. Like, I figure Top Dasher, I think the orders that come through on DoorDash anyway, you got $2.50, $3.50, and outrageous miles. I don't understand, especially in my area. If you drive 10 miles out, you're going to be 10 miles away from going back to where the restaurants are. So you're wasting, I don't know, good 30, 40 minutes just doing that. So you're going to make $2.50 to drive 10 miles, then drive 10 miles back. So you make $2.50 for almost an hour worth of work. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And definitely, like you're saying, in some markets, you know, to have to depend, especially if you're rural, right? You're not so urban or densely populated. You might have to take some really far out trips sometimes, and you know, it really sucks into your profits. And you know, I think, in my opinion, the poll I put up was, you know, are you cherry picker, top dasher, and the third part was like, it's, you know, it just depends on your market. And I'm leaning towards that, you know, because I'm hearing some positive things about Top Dasher working for some people, especially the way you can schedule yourself and you can just always dash now, or you don't have to schedule, you can dash now. And I'm seeing there might be some benefits but I think it's definitely market specific. Mad Dash, man, good to see you. What do you think about these? What do you think about this, brother? First off, hope you and the family are well. I'm sure you guys are, but give me some perspective, brother.
Doing great. You remember when you, back a couple months after you started your channel or whatever, I did the research and I was a top dasher. I compared the two, and it's just like, it's only 1 in 4. You can, you know, you can decline 1 and take 3, and you know, as long as you keep up that ratio. But if you're going to do top dasher, you know, it's only 100 deliveries. So at the first of the month, you could pop off and really make some fat money. Like, you know, if you can manage your monies, you can make fat money for 2 weeks, and then you have to dig in. But it's still that 1 to 4 ratio.
Yeah. Now, did you see I know you've had months where you obviously didn't have it and months when you did. Did you crunch your numbers to see like, hey, this is really beneficial, I'm making more money, the offers look better, or did you get that far into it?
I lost about $2 an hour. I was able to get top dasher and still make $20 an hour. But so the first 2 weeks of the month, you might make, but that was back then. You know, every market, I imagine a lot of markets have slowed down. But back then, over my time, I would analyze stuff like the garbage orders. Why did the previous dasher turn this order down? Is it distance? Is it other than dollar amount? You know what I mean? If it come through and it was like $9.75, because my zone is kind of on the edge of the city or whatever. It's I delivered a lot of suburbs, so I know where those suburbs, the good suburbs, are at that are tipping. So if I see a run, so when I was doing top dasher, you know, when I started my dash, and it was sending me a lot of long distance runs out to these, I used to call them curbs and customs. Like the custom homes are even further out, but they're $1 million homes. The curbs are like those little subdivisions or tract homes where they got a 1/4 acre lot and stuff like that. So I normally get a stack that stops off at a curb. And then the second one was a custom. Since the other dashers in my zone weren't taking these out of zone runs, nobody wanted to leave zone. By the time I got back into zone, I already had a stacked order doing the same thing. And they were good because I knew what subdivisions. When I see it on the map, I know what subdivision that goes to, and I know it's a decent subdivision. And then I know where the custom homes are at. So to become top dasher, as long as I started out my dash and I took that or a red card. If other dashers aren't wanting to take red cards, I start using the red card.
I love my red card. I feel like for me, I make probably most right now, because I'm doing less DoorDash, and I feel like I get a lot of good red cards. I'm making most of my deliveries on DoorDash the last couple of weeks have probably been red card, and I love it. I get a lot of great PetSmart orders. A few items, a couple bags of dog food, paying me like $15 or so on average to go like 3 miles. That's great. I knocked that out in like 20 minutes. I just made $15. It's fantastic. So I love the red card. If people are worried about shopping definitely don't like. You can still decline some. I am a big advocate of that red pay card. Yeah, for sure.
So that's what I was saying. If a lot of dashers in your zone aren't using their red cards, a lot of times they'll send me a red card order. I'm nowhere near that store, so I'll be doing in my market. It's Meijer, CVS, Walgreens, PetSmart, Dollar General. So if I've used my red card earlier in my dash, it'll be sending me all kinds of crap, and some of them are good or some of them are bad. But when your zone, when it slows down, you'll get a red card because it'll send it to you first instead of sending it around and bouncing around dashers. The algorithms, like you look into them or whatever, you want to think the algorithms, whether it's happenstance or not. But why is it sending me a red card, making me drive across my zone to this dang store because it can't get rid of that order? And it's a good paying order. It's a good one. I mean, it'd be 3 items, $15 or. And the thing is, it's only a mile away from the store, but I'm 2 miles away from the damn store.
Yeah.
So it's a 3-mile run for me, where another dasher could be right next to that store and it's a 1 mile and nobody wants to take it, and it's sending it to me that's 2 miles away from the store. I mean, so when I was doing the top dasher stuff, I would run that red card, I'd run those subdivisions, and I didn't have to decline stuff. Like I said, I was out of zone getting good runs because they were going out of zone. It'd be like an O'Charlie's. It'd be, good runs to good subdivisions because nobody wants to leave zone. They're wanting to dink and dank, around and stay in zone because they wanted that next run, man.
Yeah.
I was making really good money.
Yeah. Dasher Dan, do you have the red card? Do you use it at all?
Yeah, I use the red card pretty often. I normally accept all the red card orders because they're normally higher than like food places.
But so I know you use yours, right?
Oh yeah. So like Dollar General is my most common red card order, and not recently, but oftentimes it'll give it to me like as soon as I drop off an order, I'm out of zone, and it completely pays for the miles. Depending on the time of day, how many items it is how much I'll accept it for. So like my minimum is $12, and it might sound crazy, but I'll say like 11.1 miles from where I am. But that's complete round trip, no dead miles. You gotta take that into consideration. And he's talked about the trash to gold concept. You can do that a lot too, and find your hidden honey holes and stack on top of that, especially if you multi-app. But also the reason a lot of people are declining these orders is not just because they go out of zone. It's because they're multi-apping and they're stacking with multiple apps, and they're trying to have stuff that close together is going the same direction, so you can get air within a relatively good amount of time. So you got to keep that in mind, and how to properly route your orders. I am so good at my market that I can just do a round trip on post and do 4 orders at a time. I've done 6 orders at a time. So it's a very fine line, but go out and earn your money. Be careful what you do though, because that snake can bite you quick.
Oh, sure. What about you, Cliff Dog? Have you used your red card? What have do you like it? Do you not? Do you have it?
Oh yeah, I've been using that red card since I started DoorDash.
Yeah.
Taking how fast I can get in and out of the store compared to maybe going, maybe McDonald's or somewhere, a Chili's where it takes forever to get out. You use that card, go inside these stores at your own pace. Like, there's been times where I can go in the store, most of the time it's just junk food and, drinks or something. Go in. Everything is go in, get out. You'll be done. You'll make whatever it is, say $6.50. You might have a hidden tip. You make $7 within 10 minutes. You know where everything's at. Yeah, I'm all for that red card. I take all the red card orders.
I hear that. Gentlemen, so we're getting close to 9:30. I want to bring Richard in, City Deliveries. I'm going to exit you guys out, but hang tight because I do want to bring more people in after him and I have a conversation. If you guys have questions, if you want to chat about some of the things he's saying, definitely stand by. I can bring you guys back. Thanks for coming in and kicking off the show. I'm going to go ahead and bring him in a moment, okay?
All right, peace out, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Chase with Pedro.
Yeah, good seeing you, brother. Talk to you soon, man. Okay, so waiting on Richard from City Deliveries to go ahead and join in. I'll see him once he does, and we'll get the show started. But I'm definitely seeing some great comments from you guys. I definitely see we have some top dashers in here. We got some good comments about the red card orders. Are they good? Are they not good? All that good stuff. So I'm definitely loving that. Let me go ahead and resend. Okay, I see him. He's in. He's in. So let's go ahead and bring in City Deliveries. Okay, and let's see. What's up, man? Can you hear me?
A little zoomed in there, aren't I? What's
Yeah,
going on,
no,
boys?
you're good. You're good, man. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing very good. I want to say thank you for bringing me onto the show. Thank you for everybody showing up also, top dashers, non-top dashers,
It's
and everybody
great.
that had the pre-discussion. So Bud Soda, thank you for listening in. I know you guys are some of the top ones out there that are always paying attention to the system, and I appreciate you guys hustling and being part of the community and us allowing us to spread this awareness and have the conversation without making it negative at all, because I think it's good
Yes.
to come to a platform and discuss without, the negativity there. Cliff,
Yeah,
also
I
you.
love that.
Thank you, Cliff, and Mad Dash. Thank you also. I just wanted to say thank you to you guys. It's awesome to see you guys on the show also tonight.
Love it. So I'm going to play like a real quick 8-second clip from one of your videos real quick, because I know some of the people that are here might not know of your channel, and what, and then we'll get into some just talking about what your experiences are. I have a few questions for you, but I want to share a clip real quick. Okay.
Okay.
So check out this clip real quick, guys. Let me click on it 1 second.
Dasher right now. What's up, guys? It's Richard with Sin City Deliveries, and in this channel, I cover Top Dasher perks, DoorDash perks, and other things to help you maintain your DoorDash account and have a better experience on the system. So if that's something you're interested in, consider subscribing to the channel.
All right, cool. So that's, listen, so I've probably watched you for about a month and a half, and listen, we have varying opinions. We're going to agree to disagree on things, which I think is great. But there's two things I like about your channel. One, you're entertaining. Like I very articulate, entertaining. Your videos are short. They're not drawn out like mine and boring. I like that, right? I also I like the fact that you are helping. I can tell you're helping people in your market. I can tell. You got Discord, right? You speak about that. You talk about TMB, the Money Boys, right? I think that's what it's. Okay. And I can tell you help people. People come to my channel. Hey, you got to have this guy on. He's got a different perspective. It's really cool. It's good. He's in my market. He is making more than me. I think U.S. Army Bravo 11 told me that a couple times in the last couple of weeks. So I really I can tell that, you're somebody that's like talking and speaking from a place of experience, which I think is great, because I tend to, and some other people, we tend to talk about opinion. We talk down on top dashers, right? I'll be the first to admit I've talked crap on y'all, right? Like, you guys are clowns, you don't know what you're doing, you're delivering but I appreciate a different perspective. So I want to get into that a little bit. If you can just share some of your backstory, how long have you been doing DoorDash? How long have you had a channel? How long have you been a top dasher versus non-top? And just kind of share a little bit information with the people.
Of course, yeah. So for those that you don't know me, my name is Richard, and I'm Sin City Deliveries. I started a channel back in January, or no, was it June of 2021? So it's been like a year and 2 months, but I didn't post for like 6 months. I didn't start until really officially like December or so. And it all started off by somebody challenging me in Las Vegas, saying that you can't make $150 out in Las Vegas because the market's shit. All you have is $2 and $3 orders. So that's what kind of snowballed my channel to get going and me to start recording content. For the whole time, I was never a top dasher. Not the only time I was a top dasher is when a brand new person comes into the system. They give it to you for 2 weeks as like a trial. And I'm sure all of you have experienced that. After that, I had just had a conclusion like everybody else, or an expectation from watching the content creators that, man, that doesn't look like it's worth it. Like, screw that. Why am I going to waste my time? If I pick up this order for $2.50 and drive 5 miles that way, well, I got to drive 5 miles back and I'm doing 10 miles round trip. I'm not burning that much gas. So we all kind of pick up on these traits that everybody are talking about. But a lot of it, I believe, is what I like to call like false realities. Is you kind of get scared. You dupe yourself, like when you go to try and take a chance on something, you'll create all of these scenarios in your head, and none of them really actually play out the way it truly plays out. And I feel Top Dasher right now has that stigma kind of written around it, right? So this is how I found out. 18 months going non-top dasher, right? And I had somebody meet up with me in my zone, contacted me after posting videos and whatnot, And in January, he said, hey, let's meet up in the zone and do orders. And now it became kind of like a game or fun, like, hey, which one are you on? Which one am I on? And it started becoming the part of discussing, like we do, is why did that person decline that order? Was it low mileage? Is it too many items from Taco Bell and it's 96 hot sauces, so we're not taking it? You know, something ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
And you start finding those little things and you start adjusting the way that you do your dashing, and you realize, man, I don't got to take that. I could take that order and it's better. And you introduce yourself to cherry picking, right? And you realize that you go from a beginner dasher who just kind of took the mess and just kind of pushed yourself around in your zone to going, wow, I can kind of dominate my little area. I can learn my stores. I don't have to take far trips. I can snag a $5 for 1 mile and I made $5 a mile, right? People are trying to hit these per mile metrics, right? So long story short, with all of watching another person be top dasher while I wasn't top dasher is what convinced me, right? So for 3 months, I watched this guy take orders that I had never seen inside my zone. Yet a month prior, or 3 months prior, we were sitting right next to each other and I was getting orders before him because I had more deliveries than him. I like to call it metadata. I had more statistics built in my zone. So I feel that I would see the offer first. And I'm sure some of you, a lot of you cherry pickers have been doing it for years. You know, you've been to someone's house before. I believe the reason being is that person 5-starred you, and DoorDash wants to make sure that the customer has the best experience. It's all customer based. So
you think the algorithm pairs up dashers and customers based on, it's almost like a regular? Is that what you're saying? Like they're like a regular
based
for
on
that?
experience, based on experience. Everything's customer service in this world. If you really look, go to the bare bones of how a business makes a lot of money. We can take Amazon. What's the best thing that they do? Customer service. So with DoorDash, that's how they came in and swooped up everything because their customer service is on point. They make sure that they protect the customer 100%. And that's why drivers feel like I'm being abused. I'm getting screwed at the end here. But it's not, DoorDash wasn't built for us. DoorDash was built for a customer to order food from. We're just a byproduct of it, you know? So by doing that, they have to also create an algorithm because they want to make sure that they can create the same exact experience for that customer. They want to give a 5-star experience every single time. And this is where I believe metadata happens, or we all know with Facebook and Google and Instagram and TikTok, if you type in something, you now get a Google ad or some bullshit. This is what did you want to buy dog food because your friend said it in the background while you were doing something? So I believe, or I don't believe, I feel like that DoorDash has an adaptation of that same type of model. They have to have that system somewhere. And that's how their system is seeing all of these orders and choosing which orders get prioritized towards what. Actually, I have a really nice diagram that I would love to show. I couldn't turn on my screen behind me because Streamyard won't let me use OBS streams. And I wanted to throw pictures up. Yeah. And go over some a little diagram. It's just a paint picture, but it gives an illustration of how I believe that they place orders. And by you guys working so much, you pick up on these techniques and you pick up on things. You know, you've been to a person's house one time before. You've been to someone's house that you've never been to before, and it was a bad delivery, and you've never seen that person ever again. You've never been there again.
Yeah.
It's data.
So it seems like you've done a what I would consider a deep dive. Now, I have never done that myself. I do pick up on trends with my market. What times are good. I definitely have some regulars that I deliver to often. I see them a lot on red card orders for me, at least, where I'll see them 5 times a month, which I think is kind of high, right? So
it's shop and deliver. They want to make sure that it facilitates, because the highest paying customers, are you guys familiar with the 80-20 rule in life that, 20% of the business is usually made, or 80% of the business is made for 20% of the people generally, right? And I feel the same way with DoorDash. Is the highest paying customers are buying hundreds of dollars worth of food in one order off the app. I'd like to ask this: how often are you, as a non-top dasher, receiving $100+ subtotal? I know many people probably don't pay attention to it, but you should really pay attention to the subtotal orders that you guys are receiving when you do an order, and you'll realize that you are kind of capped at about $29 to $30 of subtotals if you're in an acceptance rate between 0 and 69%.
So this is where I would, in my experience, disagree with you, only because I get a lot of subtotals over $100.
This is where I wish I had the diagram, because I could explain, like Plinko. You know the game Plinko?
Sure, yeah.
It's just like Plinko. So everything starts at there's 3 tiers, right? So everything starts at the top tier, which would be $100 and above. So this would be the catering program or the large order program. This is our belief. So I'll break it down the way I think it's leveled, right? Because we feel that it's a list that they're building at the beginning of every single month. And now DoorDash tells us that they do build this list with Top Dasher. But what they don't say is we're also building this list with everybody else also, because we need to make sure, we need to know who's online. We need to know what their efficacy is. And I don't know if you guys know what efficacy is, how efficient you are at completing a job right every single time, right? Without mistakes, no calls, no bullshit, right?
Right.
They want to make sure that you are great. And this is where your percentages on your app. Sorry, I'm going to pull this up real quick just to get my stats up. But
so let me pull mine up while you pull yours up. We can compare real quick. Okay. So let's do that because I think that's
crazy yellow because I have a green screen on. So you're going to see that it's yellow.
Yeah. No, we're good. We're good. Let me pull mine up real quick.
So you guys can see I'm only an 18% right now, but you guys can see right here. This is what I'm going to get at is the on time early. Do you guys see how we have a decimal there? And they kind of leaked that decimal lately, how there's been kind of a glitch.
So you have it. I don't, but.
Oh, okay. Well, on a lot of phones, I've seen it, but this is a piece of data that we're getting to see right now. And I know by that on time early that it's a percentage and it's like 8 decimals long. Sometimes they've leaked it to us and let us see more information on the way the system is seeing that number.
They leaked it in some markets because I don't have it, but they definitely, I've definitely seen it.
They've let it go on accident somehow, or it's come through and we've seen it. By knowing that they have a percentage like that, it's impossible for any driver to have the same exact on time early percentage because your times would always be different. That fraction of a number is it can never match somebody else. It will always be unique to you because you've been on different times. So I feel the same thing with all of your deliveries that you've done, your completion, your 5-star ratings, how long it took you to do it, your efficacy, right? And
can you put up your stats again? I want to see them real quick. I'm curious. I think so we're both 5.0s. You guys can see that, which I think for me, in my opinion, Richard, I think that number should be the most important. That's just me because that's showing you people that are rating you. Yeah. And, I think that's important. And your acceptance rate is exactly mine, but that's because you've already hit your Top Dasher. And
I've already hit it. So I'm doing.
You're cherry picking now.
I'm cherry picking just like everybody else right now. There's no difference on what I'm doing. I'm doing it exactly how you're doing it. But this is now, let me go with the tiers real quick. Let's go back to this real quick. Might be a little long winded, but I'll try and make it like less than a minute for you guys. Important information right here. I have explained this to the members in my Discord. And by explaining this information, I've seen literally 100% success rate with everybody's that has taken initiative and with an open mind and said, well, let me drop what I think real quick. And let me exercise a day doing that real fast. And let me see if it works. And people's eyes just light up instantly when they see it, which is amazing. I think it's awesome. If you guys don't believe me, check out the Discord. It's on my channel. Click on the descriptions. It's everywhere. But you guys can go in and we have chat rooms and pictures and everything of data every single day of 20 or 30 or 40 Top Dashers in there right now, dropping data. Back to catering. Let's not get off subject here. So the catering list, right? It's out of 100%. This is your acceptance rate, right? But in order for you to be in the highest of catering, you have to have a 100%. Well, I wouldn't say 100% rate, but you have to have at least a 90% acceptance rate. And then you can apply for the wait list and you'll get right in. That's all I did. I went to 90%, applied for the wait list. One day later, here came the email. And I was like, wow, this is.
Let me ask you a question. Did you apply for that before with a lower acceptance rate?
No. As soon as I hit Top Dasher, then the list, and just to make sure everything looks kosher as you're going in, that you're not trying to come in with a low stat. Like, think of it like an employee. You're applying for a position and they look at you real quick and they go, well, this is your average. We're looking for this right now. They're not going to say it to you, So this list of where we think these orders at. The catering, the subtotals is the most important thing. So let's go to dollars. I get huge orders depending on the market restaurants. My on-time release 99.13. So we believe that when you're in the large order in the catering, you're receiving orders over $100 of subtotal, right? Right underneath that is I would call that tier 1, and then tier 2 is Top Dasher, which would be 70% all the way up to 90% or whatever it is before the catering. And now as you're a Top Dasher, once you get above 69%, you're in 70% or higher, you have now what we call, like I've said, a priority access to $35 to $75 subtotal. So now the range of 35 to 75 has opened up once you become a Top Dasher.
Yeah, and I've seen that. I think you did a video in the last 2 weeks, and I remember seeing that whiteboard, and you broke it down into those. So I
really wish I had this picture. If I know. I do remember that. It'd be so easy.
I do remember that.
But now if you have, say, an acceptance rate between 0 and 69%, which means you're not a top dasher, you're just doing the best of cherry picking to get the best of your zone, then what you do is you have options of just $0 total. You're not going to get a zero unless somebody orders 1 cent of something, which I don't know if you can. But it'd be from $0 to $29 of subtotals. And these are the frequent orders that you're going to get. Not to say, we'll go back to this tier thing, or think of like a Plinko board, right? As you drop something, it falls down between. If an order comes in and say it's above $100, so it qualifies for a catering order. If a catering person is not online, then it's going to fall down to the next part of the list, which is top dasher, right? And if a top dasher is not online or they're all busy, then the algorithm will just go to the next part, which is now 69% and below. So the first person that's online in that specific zone with 69% acceptance will see the offer first.
So you're saying that when I get these offers, because I get them every day, if I have DoorDash, and some days I'm doing Uber or more Instacart, so but there could be a day or two where I get 2 or 3 or 4 of these, right? But on average, it's at least 1 or 2 a day, right? So you're saying that by your guys' theory and what you guys have seen is that it's at Plinko. Okay, well, there's no top dasher on, or they're on something else,
or they're busy, or they're offline,
maybe they declined it for whatever reason,
or there's an order on their phone that they haven't hit decline yet, so they're busy.
So then eventually, what you're saying is it falls to the bottom of me, because my acceptance rate is 18%.
It won't matter right now. It mattered what you closed out on the 31st of the month at 11:59 p.m. That's your stat.
That's to start the month.
Right now, the number is completely arbitrary for the rest of the days right now through the month. It really does not matter what your percentage
because you would have had to go back last week to see what it was, is what you're saying. And I have no idea.
If you have no idea, then you don't know where you are.
When I end my month, it doesn't matter to me.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Because I'm like, fuck it, I don't care. Like it doesn't, it just doesn't matter, right? Let me ask you a couple questions. I appreciate the candor. Okay, I want to ask you a couple of questions. Let me see. So how many days does it take you or your group of TMB boys out in Vegas on your Discord at the end of the month? How many days far out are you having to get up to that 70? Is it 2? Is it 3? Is it 4? Is it 5? Is it a week to get up to that 70 to where you start the next month as a top dasher? And a second part of that question is, how many bad orders do you have to take? And do you ever feel like, man, this sucks? Do you ever have those moments of like, I cannot believe I'm taking this $3 order going 6 miles. I delivered it. This person's, they're miserable. They didn't tip me. And a third part of that, because you know how I rock, man. A third part of that is, do you ever get cash tips? So when you're trying to get top dasher, at some point you got to take 1 or 2 bad orders, right? It is what it is. It's part of the game, right? And you're playing a game. I get it. I respect that. How often do you get cash tips? So kind of break us down with some of those.
All right. So hold on. First part was how many bad orders, right?
How many days do you have to take some crap? How many days? Orders. And then, and really the only other thing I want is like, are you ever really feeling like, man, this sucks for these days? I'm going to do it though, because I see there's perks for me at the end or the beginning of the month, right? And then how many cash tips do you get from people that don't tip on the app? What's the ratio for you? I'm just curious because I don't take a lot of those, so I don't really know. I can't speak from experience, but I feel like you might take more of those than me within a month. So,
okay. So how many bad orders I would say it would take, right? We'll just address that. Or no, actually, let's address how you feel about it, because this is the leading up. When you lead up to go do something, you get maybe anxiety, or you think it through, and you put scenarios. You run a million scenarios on what could happen before you start to go. Right. And a lot of people shake themselves and they fear themselves out of even trying to go for something. So I think it just takes a lot of mental fortitude to take an order to somebody that doesn't tip. So I feel there's techniques or ways to kind of trick yourself. Me, at that point, I'm not looking at the dollar, because I know in the end of the day, by doing it for 2 months and watching my friend do it for 3 months before me, and then watching other people do it, that you won't lose money at the very end of your going for top dasher. Just call it a block, right? Your top dasher block. If you worked those days and you did your orders and you went to say 70%, I feel it would be impossible to lose money.
Overall. Are you saying overall? But on some singular orders, on a
singular order, you may eat that order, but it would be damn near impossible for you to catch 70 250s in a row. You know what it would be. It's like, it's impossible. Sure. The reason why you may say I see so much junk in a day is because you do decline a 450, and then a 550 comes in, and then a 350 comes in, and you saw 3 orders in 19 or 20 or a minute, and you saw 350 orders. But if you would have just taken the 450 on the first one, top dasher right now, then you would have never seen the other two, and you wouldn't actually decline as many as you think in the day, and you'd be busy during that 15 or 20 or 30-minute block that it took you to do it, and you would be right onto a next one and onto a next one and onto a next one. So I think there's kind of a fear that people conjure up, of these scenarios of, man, it might not work out. So I feel you just
see. I call it pettiness. I'm petty, bro. I call it. I'm petty. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just.
Any way you want to put it.
I'm petty. I'm 40. I ain't got time for the games. You're a little younger than me. I could tell. I just don't want to deliver.
I'm 34. It's not very far away. So,
oh man, I thought you were like 25. Okay,
not even. Right. So check it out. I graduated in 2006. I grew up before the internet existed, bro. I know. I grew up before cell phones were even in high school and people. So I'm right there with you. I grew up when you came on, when the streetlights came on.
Oh yeah.
So
okay. Cool. I thought you just looked a little younger. So my.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, if I took my hat off, you'd realize why I wear a hat every day.
Makes sense now. I was wondering. Okay, yeah.
Let's shake
glasses
it, right?
too. Yeah,
there it is.
Okay, there we go.
There it is.
Now I see it.
That puts the age there, right?
Listen, y'all. We just got to reveal.
We'll put it this way, guys. Don't be a general manager for 7 years for U-Haul, because you will lose your fucking mind.
Oh, listen, bro. I worked at Applebee's, man. I got you beat there. I worked at Applebee's for like 15 years, so I feel you. Trust me, I feel that. But so let's get back to. I'm just petty. So like for me, like it's like and I understand this about myself. I'm learning. I'm petty. I got a little bit of my pride gets in the way. And I think I'll say this, and some might not agree. I think we tend to dog the top dashers because a lot of us might be too prideful. At least I'll speak for myself. I'm not going to speak for everybody in the chat. I'm too prideful at moments. I don't want to take a $2 or $3 order. I take $4 sometimes because I feel like, hey, it's a $2 tip. It's going a mile. It's slow. I'll do that all day. It makes good money sense for me, right? Plus I'm making something versus just twiddling my thumbs in my car. Yeah, but for me, I'm too prideful. I can't take $2 and $3. I just can't do it. For me, and I also feel like typically in the few experiences that I've had and what I've heard from other people, those tend to be the customers that aren't going to give you great delivery instructions. They might say they didn't get their food. There's going to be some issue at the drop off. They just generally might not respect the dasher as often or as much. At least in my experience, right? Yeah. So do you ever, I'm sure you've run into that. How do you combat that? Just share with us some of the things you do to stay positive while you're taking these $2-3 orders.
Let me address the bad orders, and it'll walk right into that. So my bad orders, how many I get going for Top Dasher? I have a certain area or areas that I like to sit in my city against my hot zones when I go for Top Dasher. So, for instance, I'm not going to drive into the middle of a hot zone where I know that just orders are flying like crazy, where the shit is at. So I will literally sit outside of a hot zone on the perimeter of it or so in a smaller area, knowing that I'll catch trickles of stuff that comes out of that area going to a smaller place. And then I don't catch something that goes 14 miles out of my way. Another big one also is when you do get an order and you do drop it off, just make sure that you pause your dash instantly. When you drop off, that you pause so that you don't drop off your order at the person's house and get a Taco Bell for $2.58 miles because everybody declined it as you were on an order. So now you're next in line to receive the shit. Right. So there's strategies that you have to think of. There's more to it than just meets the eye. I'm not just going out there and taking shit orders. I'm not out here to lose money just like you guys. But I also, at the same time, do have to maybe take a hit on an order, but it's never a loss of money at the very end. If I can still make $700 at the end of the week, let's put this into perspective. I made $800 every 2 weeks as a general manager, making $30,000 a year for a company that makes billions of dollars a year. So to come to DoorDash and be able to make $200+ a day, man, my expenses are in the low $1,000s for a month. For
is that why you feel? Because in some of the videos I've watched, I know you talk about, hey, don't whine, don't complain. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you're maybe a little more grateful for the gig apps, whereas some of us content creators, even myself, first off, I'm very grateful. I've said it, but there are also times
they're the best thing that's ever happened to us.
Well, listen, it's the best. Listen, I can agree with you. It's the best thing that's happened to me because I've been able to fold it into other things, and I have a lot of freedom and flexibility. And I think when you're working at U-Haul, when you're working at Applebee's or whatever, right, a corporate giant that's $1 billion entity, they don't care about you.
Nope.
The same, and neither does DoorDash.
Neither does DoorDash, exactly.
And DoorDash should in some ways because it's a business, just like any other. It's a bit. They're going to do what they do, right? But like, do you feel like because of that gratitude that you have, like you just said, right? You didn't like U-Haul, you hated it. You're feeling like you're able to have more of a positive spin, even when you have to take those small orders.
Yeah, because I'll treat every customer the same. I I don't treat anybody differently because let's bring it back to general manager. If I was a general manager, I probably couldn't have ordered DoorDash. Even to not even tip, I probably couldn't have afforded the service fee and the delivery fee or Dash Pass.
Sure. Yeah.
I was broke, and a lot of people know that. And even if you're driving for DoorDash right now and you're essentially paycheck to paycheck, or you make just enough money, you're still living the rat race of what a W-2 person works. And what DoorDash provided for me was a break from the rat race to where I was able to pay all my bills in the first 10 days of the month. And I have 20 days to coast. I'm not going to coast. I see opportunity. And this is where the DoorDash channel come from. And, doing YouTube and connecting with more content creators. I'm a different person than I was 2 years ago. If you're still dashing exactly the same way as a year ago, you can't. You've already changed things, right? You've seen DoorDash change something, so you had to change it and adjust a little bit. It would have been possible. Even in the last year, we've seen the base pay go down, these $4.50 for long trips, and the bullshit that they share, right?
Yeah. No, I get that. I like that you said that because I resonate with that. Let's read this comment. So let's get back. How many days does it take to make Top Dasher?
Yeah.
Blah, 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 bing, bing, bing. This is from U.S. Army 11 Bravo. I think he works in your area. He says he knows you.
Shout out, man.
Shout out. Yeah, he definitely supporter of this channel. So how many days does it take you to get there? And
for basic 70%, I would say if you're sitting at like 18% today, it would take you no more than a day and a half. It'd probably take you about 36 to 45 deliveries from there to get to 70%.
So let's say 40 deliveries. So yeah, that for me in my market, that's like 2 days.
2 days. So I say in a day and a half to 2 days, like if you want to hustle it, wake up at 7 in the morning and drive to like 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, you'd be able to do 20, 25 deliveries.
Yeah, I ain't doing it. I'm not working that much. But yeah, I think everybody has their own time frame. For me, I can't be 12 hours in a car. Not anymore.
Well, here, instead of doing it like that, there's a better way of doing it than just going like straight and burning yourself out. Right. Is if you want 70%, you would break 70% into a 100 block, right? Because it's the last 100 orders you did. So if you took 70 and divided by 5, it'd be 14. So you would only have to take 14 deliveries per 5 days. And you would also be able to decline up to 6 deliveries per day also. Right? Because
that makes sense.
Right? Because it would be 20 per day, 100 orders total that have cycled to your phone. So this is where a lot of people think, well, I have to take the shit. Well, no, you don't actually have to take that shitty order. Even if it was 14 miles, you can use one of your declines. And imagine if you have one good day where you didn't have to decline that many. You just took them, you did your thing, and you got 4 extra declines. Now you've got 10 the next day.
Yeah.
Right?
So let me ask you a question. So I had it written down here. It goes to that. So I heard a theory, and I was like, this is I couldn't wrap my brain around it because I'm just I never say never, but I'm at like less than 1% that I would ever go for Top Dasher. I just not that guy. I think if I made the content on my channel, people would love it, but I'm not making videos just for that, right? Not for the clicks and views. I just can't, in my market, I feel like I make good enough money. Plus I multi-app. So I've heard somebody say, okay, so I'm at 18% right now. Let's just say I'm still at 18% and it's the 29th or 30th of this month, right? And I wanted to be Top Dasher. In theory, couldn't I reject 100 deliveries in a row on my phone? And I could do that in one day. I could literally turn my DoorDash app on.
You'd be at 0%.
I'd be at 0%.
And then
but if I kept track, right, for a day, let's say I wasn't, and I wrote it down, put it in my memo, my notepad, and I said, okay, I just declined 100 in a row. I'm at 0% because I've been to 0% twice, right?
I've been multiple times, dude.
Yeah, and I don't care. So I'm like,
no,
and they sent me a good order, right?
Well, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. If I got to 0%, then it starts over because it's a rolling, correct?
It's a rolling 100. It's the
so
next
then if it starts over, if I take the 101 order, then does that put me at 100? Then I take like 2 or 3.
It puts you at 1%. It's whenever you decide to take one order, think of it like your block starts there. Your 100 block starts there. If any of you play roulette or have seen a roulette wheel, how you can see the previous numbers, you can see the last of the numbers that have been played. Think of that like your deliveries, the last of your deliveries that you did previously. Well, you literally have 100 of them sitting behind you that you've done. So when you do the next delivery, the first one falls off, right? It's just they keep cycling. You know what I mean? One comes on, one drops off. Yeah. Okay, so that's all you're doing. So when you start Top Dasher and you want to go for 70%, it doesn't matter what your percentage is. At the end of the 5 days, if you just follow math, 14 each day and decline 6 each day, and you can save declines or not, then you would have 70% at the very end of 5 days. If you wanted to do it in 4 days, then, just 70 into 4, you just kind of
Right.
divide it real quick,
So when you're building up at the end, if let's say it's 2 days for you, right? Let's just say the last 2 days, it's 30th and 31st.
Yeah.
How are in those particular 2 days, right? How much less are you making if you are versus, let's say, the first 2 days of the next month? Does that make sense? Like, are you making less?
Yeah. Okay.
When you're
So
trying to get
I'll
to
average
70%.
I'll get to just go for the number to achieve it. It's about 130, about 130 to 160 bucks is what I'll make in a day. Going for 20. Okay. So this is me going for 20 per day
versus $200 on a normal day.
Well, I just stop at $200. I don't,
Okay.
I could, my market can make 400 out here. Guys are doing it every day, and people like, you only make 200.
If you push the limit, I could do this. I could make $300 with DoorDash. I already know it, but I'm not going to work 14 hours.
I need a balance in my life. I can't only do that at 8 o'clock at night. I have to kind of go home and run my YouTube channel and make videos and mix stuff and edit. Right. So there's another 2 or 3 or 4 hours after, work or, after DoorDash to do the second job, so it's a consistent grind of doing it. So I don't lose any money because I have the perk of working less. So the last 2 videos that I put on my video or on my channel, I only worked 6 hours and I made $200 each 6-hour block. So that's pretty damn good right there. And I only did like 12 deliveries to get $200. I mean, that.
So let me ask you,
there is very good.
Let me stop you there, because I want to push on you a little bit.
Yeah.
So you work 2 6-hour blocks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can make $200, yeah?
Oh, 2 separate days. So six hours on one day, and I made 200, and then 6 hours the next day. And there's 2 videos showing 2 different times that I just did it back to back. It's not like I'm kind of saying that it's consecutive. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not just a one lucky time that I worked 6 hours and made $200.
Sure, because you can get some great, crazy unicorn orders or like a good tipping customer, and it can inflate that number a little bit, right? And help your hourly and your whole day.
So check this. If you went onto my channel 3 months ago, you'll see that I went to work at like 10:30 in the morning and got off at 10 o'clock at night, and I barely hit $200. I was grinding the whole entire day. No breaks between, say, 2 and 4 when it's slow, just grinding it, right? And now I don't have to sit out there as long. Yes, I can make more money. I'm just making the same average that I need to support myself. And everybody's
everybody's situation is different. It's all personal. Everybody's bills are different. Your work-life balance is different. I work right now, like when I first started with DoorDash full-time in 2021. So it's been a year and a half since I've gotten rid of my W-2. I was working 6-7 days a week some weeks, and I was grinding to learn my market. I needed the money. And then as I started making money on YouTube and doing other things, I started working less, which is for me how it should be, right? You got to have a balance. You can't, I could work 12 hours a day and make $350, but I don't want to do that. Like, it's just, that's not my lifestyle right now. Right. But I think it's what you said is important because it's all personal. Most people that do this work do it part-time. Most people don't do it like we do it, and how the 424, shout out to the 424 in the chat. Appreciate y'all.
I've seen that.
Yeah. So yeah, there we go. Shout out to the smokers out there. Most people don't do it as much as we do it or care as much either. I think we can agree on that. Like, most people that do this do it part-time. They want to make a couple $100 a week. I think DoorDash is great for that. You can pay off debt. You can pay off this. You can do that. Have a little cash money, whatever. But like, I think having a balance is super important, because for me, like, I'm working like 6 hours a day. Like, that's my cap. I got other things going on, So when you talk about, it sounds like you're grinding to get that top dasher, because in your market, you see benefits, right? In my market, I can't speak to it, and I'll be honest, because I've never done it.
You don't have it right now, so it's too hard to compare the difference. But what's awesome is I know someone in your market. You have to know someone in your market that dashes with you, and you see them frequently, right? You gotta be someone that watches your channel that's going to be a top dasher. There's going to be closet top dashers from this conversation.
Oh, no, sure. But I will say this as well, Richard. I have a lot of people, like hundreds at this point, that tell me, hey, I was taking every order before, and now I'm making more money by not.
Well, of course, that's what I said. It's going from just taking everything to becoming a beginner top dash or beginner dasher, where you're like, wow, I didn't have to take that. I can just cherry pick, and you get introduced to cherry picking. Then you go online, and then you see the shitstorm of people that just said top dasher shit, because cherry picking was like their focus. But that's why I'm standing here today, taking the risk, putting my balls on the line, saying, hey guys, it's a bit different, and I'll take the flack. I'll take everybody that wants to call me a clown. It's fine, because like we said, it's how much money you want to make for your market. But what I know is that I'm saying with truth, and I'm not trying to be cocky or, an asshole or anything. I have confidence behind it because I didn't do it. And then I did do it. And now I've also taught people in different markets. So it's not just Las Vegas, it's gone across the entire nation in my Discord right now. And everybody that's tried it and took the advice has prospered from it and made more and seen more. So by seeing that motivates me to just want to say to other people, hey guys, it's working, but I don't want to be mean to anyone. I don't want to say you guys need to do it. You can't tell anybody what to do in the world. You have to lead through example or through influence, and people will adapt and be like, whoa, I want to try that also.
Yeah.
So I
get that. But I would say this, because listen, me, I ramble. Like, I tell people what to do. I don't care. I think that if you're so confident about it, you need to be more willing to say, hold up, you guys are wrong. I got the special sauce. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to be willing to go out on the limb. And I think you're doing that because you're making content that's very different than 97% of the content creators, right? So you're going against the grain, which is cool. I think we need to have different perspectives and also realize markets are different. But if what you're saying, and if you feel it 100%, you need to be challenging more people. You know what I'm saying? Because if you've got the evidence to back it up, don't worry about what Pedro says. Like, I know you don't, but you know what I'm saying? Like, go out and be more abrasive about it. Be like, hey,
I'll lead through example. Because like I said, I don't want to be an asshole to anybody. I'm not here to say I'm better than anybody or that if you don't do this, then you're not doing the right thing. It's not like that at all. I feel I just found more information on the DoorDash app. And if people are complaining about certain orders or bad shit, there is an answer to it. And as much as people don't want to believe it, it's Top Dasher. If you want to be the true cherry picker, the true top cherry picker, it's Top Dasher is what it is, because they delegate the orders to you. And the only way for this message to truly get across to the community is for, say, content creators like you to help interview and push it out. This is one interview, right? And there's a lot of the main players watching this, and this is going to go into the ether for the next few months for people to watch.
Oh no, I get it.
If
I
you were to
ain't pushing it. I'll interview you, but
if
you know me, bro.
I know. If you were to take a chance, so for me, it's a grind, and I'll be there. I'll have the 100K subscribers. I'll get that wave of people and influence coming in, just like you're doing. I'm here because of you, Pedro. You've inspired me also. You don't know the ripple effect that you create on people because they'll never actually tell you.
No, I get that. I will say this. I want to kind of round out this a little bit. I'm sure you watch Nugs, yeah?
Of course.
Okay, who doesn't? Like, Nugs is in my opinion, the GOAT of entertainment.
He's the entertainment capital.
Yes, he's the GOAT of it. It's not even close. Shout out to Nugs. But he did this. He tried Top Dasher, and he I think he did it in his market. I think he was Ohio or something.
He did it with him and his girlfriend Kayla.
And his girlfriend, and he didn't recommend it. He was like, hey, it sucked. It didn't, Now that's one man's perspective in a different market than you and I. What do you say to that? Because he tried it, in a similar fashion that you did.
I say there's not enough. He didn't have enough information. If I was able to speak to him and he was to come hang out in a Discord and analyze orders real quick, even with you, I mean, I would be willing to just show you, and then you will see a difference. Even with non-Top Dasher, you guys are declining a lot of stuff you don't realize has hidden tips on it. That's the biggest thing, is the hidden tips.
Well, hold on. I'll say this. I can spot hidden tips. I feel nothing's 100%, but I feel very confident.
I'll say this with confidence. I'm 90 to 95% confident on every single one of them. And you can go into my Discord and see when I take them up, I always get bigger ones than what I've actually accepted.
Me too. I usually say I'm 95%, and I can guess it within a dollar or two.
Yep.
Sometimes I'm surprised, but it's very rare. When you do this enough, you see the merchant,
this is
item count, subtotal. It's very easy if you've done it enough. But yeah, I could totally spot a hidden tip from a mile away. I don't need Para or nothing.
What's awesome about that is with a Top Dasher account, you would see, I know, would experience the difference instantly because you've dashed for so long. You would be like, wow, what the is happening with this? Are you serious? So it's crazy to know that there's the other spectrum there. It exists, and it still exists for non-Top Dashers. It's just the trickle effect, though. Yes, you get a catering order. Yes, you're going to get a large order. Yes, you're going to get a $70 order. Yes, you're going to get, a $500 order from Capriotti Sandwiches Catering or something like that. It's going to happen because not everybody is always online, and this is what people call unicorns. And I just want to say, as a Top Dasher, unicorns are not unicorns. They're daily occurrences. We see herds of them. And they come out at night. They fucking love the nighttime.
Yeah, interesting. So if you got some time, I'd like to bring a few more people in. You got a little time?
I'm good for 4 hours, bro.
Cool. All right, let's go. Well, I'm not good for 4 hours. Hey, I want to say I appreciate you. I've been hounding you the last week, trying to get you on. Appreciate you doing that because I understand. Listen, I have a show. A lot of people watch. I get it. I'm honored that people watch. I'm humbled. But I understand coming in, I know, hey, most people in here aren't top dashers. They're going to call you this. And I know you don't care about that. That's why I wanted to bring you on because I knew you could have a conversation and we could do it respectfully. And you know what my stance is. I know yours, but we could come together and just maybe some people can say, you know what? Nah, you know what? Pedro's right. Or some other can say, you know what? Nah, Richard's right. I might want to try that.
Look at both sides.
Right. It's all
or
good.
what's cool about the non-top dashers right now, you haven't seen my side. And if you haven't checked it out, like I said, go into Discord. We have data for you, not just someone's opinion of something. I'm not saying you, not that, but there's data. You have data of hundreds of videos. That's your data. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But you have people that go on Reddit and put one comment. That's not data. You know what I mean? That's one person's opinion one time. Absolutely. So I have months of data inside Discord for you guys to read and compare and check real quick and see how many deliveries you do, see what your active time is, see what your data is.
So how do people find your Discord?
Right now,
they go to your videos, maybe
just go to my videos. It's linked in the description and pinned to the top of the comments also. Right. So that's the best way to find it.
And listen, guys, I'll say this before I bring the people. I see Bud Soda still in here, Cliff Dog, and I see Jared. I'll bring you guys in a moment. If you got any questions or we just want to vibe for another 5 or 10, even if you don't want to be Top Dasher, his channel is entertaining. It is what it is. So I like that, because I don't have to agree with somebody or feel like they're right to like what they got going on over there. You know what I'm saying? So go check them out, hit subscribe, watch a couple videos. If you like it, hit subscribe. At the end of the day, we can all have different opinions on things. Because in my opinion, at this point, what I've learned about making the million freaking videos I've done and all the rambling and all my opinions, I've called Top Dashers clowns and you can't deliver to miserable people. Like, it's all on record. I've said it 1,000 freaking times. It's annoying, right? But at the end of the day, where I stand right now, after learning and talking to different people with different perspectives, I think, Richard's talking about, he's breaking down the algorithm. He's got this Plinko effect and it's trickle. And I get it. That's his opinion. But he's saying he's got facts, right? Data to back it up and his experience. For me, what I talk about is I think it's really hard to know this algorithm. I think there's some coincidences here and there. There's some skill, but I think the algorithm can be different market to market sometimes, depending on the amount of dashers on that day, how oversaturated or undersaturated your market is, your demographics of your market, order flow. I think there's a lot of other things that we don't even really know about, right? And that's what I've seen, at least for me, because I don't know how many deliveries you got. I'm at 6,500 on DoorDash. I'm at like 11,000 deliveries lifetime, or actually, and that's only in like 2.5 years. So I feel like, I've seen enough of it here and there, but I think it's cool that we could have a conversation about different perspectives, different markets. Because I know right now, I've heard from other drivers out like where you're at, and they say they can't get nothing. Maybe it's because they're not Top Dasher. I have no idea. I can only speak from St. Louis. In my opinion, if you're Top Dasher here, you might be, probably you're losing out on money, because I still get really good orders. And I noticed that you do a lot of red cards. So do I. I think a lot of your orders.
I believe you said the algorithm's changing. I believe it's fluid, as in it's like water. You don't know how many customers have ordered, which you don't know what subtotals are sitting out there. You don't know what dashers have signed in online to pair themselves with X orders, or when we like to call priority person. If you've delivered to them a bunch of times, they give you a 5-star and you could sign online and you could steal an order from someone real quick. I've done it by sitting next to a Top Dasher. He's been to the person's house 8 times. I've been twice. He goes the 9th time, even though we're sitting right next to each other. It's like, why did that happen? And that's where we put our theories together, right? We say this might be X because of Y.
Sure, absolutely. So let me see if I'm going to bring, I don't know if I'm going to bring these guys in real quick. So let's just see if these guys are still here. They're still.
So Nova, yes, I basically cherry pick for most of the month. And then at the last 5 days, I'll go for Top Dasher. I do 20 deliveries per day. And I do that 5 days. And if no mistakes happen, I try and get 100%, because I believe if I'm on top of the list, I see it all.
Bud Soda, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hold on 1 second. Cliff Dog, you still there?
Go.
But Jared, are you there?
Hey guys, how you doing?
What up, Jared? I want to bring you in because I want to have you go first because I know Cliff Dog and Bud Soda were on there earlier. Do you have any questions? What do you think about this conversation? What's some of your experiences? Are you a top dasher? Are you a cherry picker? Just I want to give you the floor for a minute or two.
Sure. So funny enough, I am a new top dasher. Just got it at the beginning of this month. I'm actually from Rich's Discord.
Nice, love it. Awesome.
Where we hash all this stuff out. And let me tell you, I was completely skeptical of the whole Top Dasher debacle, up until maybe 2 weeks ago. Because obviously, just depending on who you like to, not even who you like to listen to, but just what you've noticed after, dashing, in my case, for, 2.5 years, I've never been a subscriber of obviously taking trash orders. I've always been a fan of, like we always like to say on this channel, betting on yourself. And part of betting on yourself is knowing your worth. You're not going to deal with miserable people. And I've always been a huge proponent of that for sure. And obviously one thing that really caught my intrigue is the fact that you don't see a lot of Top Dasher content on YouTube. I learned a lot. Like, if I'm not mistaken, all I can really recall as far as Top Dasher goes is Sin City and More Finance. I think those are the only two Top Dasher channels who've really gone into the program. So, not wanting to go one way or another, something that really grabbed me about Rich's content is the fact that we're comparing the orders that he was getting previously as a non-Top Dasher to what he's getting now. And what really, I guess, kind of set off, not even a light bulb in my head, but what really got me to start thinking is, hey, you know what? Las Vegas, it's not necessarily the biggest market out there. I mean, obviously, you got a lot of tourists who probably hit up the Strip and whatnot, so you might see some nice revenue from people who are vacationing in the area. But just to see not even really a gradual shift, but like an immediate shift, and him kind of having those numbers to back it up, it really made me think, okay, well, he was a non-Top Dasher. His earnings have essentially exploded as soon as he got the status. So it's like, what am I missing out on? What if I go ahead and try this in my market? And at that point, obviously, you have that fear of missing out to where it's like, oh, well, what if I waste my time and this isn't going to work? But at the same time, I feel like if I didn't test it for myself, I would always be stuck with, on the other hand, never knowing, that fear of missing out, of knowing, well, what if it is good? What if I'm throttling my business? What if I'm missing out on potential earnings? So I gave it a shot. Surprisingly, I did not have to take any 250 orders. That's just my experience. But lowest I would take is about, I'd say $4 for 6 miles, which, obviously that's not what we're going for as a whole. But I'm going to put my nose to the grindstone. I'm going to get it done. And obviously, I think we're all aware that the whole Top Dasher was delayed this month. Usually, I guess it would hit people's accounts by the 1st. I'll tell you, Monday morning, I was kind of stressing because I'm like, I didn't make it. I just wasted all this time. I got my stats up to 86% for the acceptance, and I'm like, wow, I just wasted all my time. Then Tuesday morning around 11 a.m., that's when I got it. Got notification. I log on immediately. As Rich had said before, the change in earnings was monumental. And this was a Tuesday. I ended up clearing out $264 on Tuesday, something I had never done before. And, I'm thinking, oh, well, this is just the first day of, Top Dasher, so maybe DoorDash is just trying to hook me in for a day, and then it's just going to give me priority on all the 250 crap that comes in.
Right.
I rarely see the 250s at this point. I've made about $1,800, and I'm in Boise, Idaho, so this is a really tiny market. Slavic's, I think his parents live out here, and I think he had even attested earlier that, obviously DoorDash isn't necessarily, it's not as popular around here as it would be maybe in California or Vegas or St. Louis or anything like that. But I was seeing orders that I had never seen before. Like for shop and delivers, I'd be seeing, you know, $30, $35, $40 orders. I've never seen that in my life. And like I said, I've been doing this for 2.5 years. Mm-hmm. And, you know, just talking to Rich, he's like, you wouldn't have seen this if you didn't have the status, because a top dasher would have gobbled this up before you could even get to it. And obviously, you know, timing does kind of play into that at the same time. You know, if there are no top dashers in it, as a non-top dasher, it's going to filter down to you or someone eventually. But just the fact that I was clearing out these huge orders, you know, like I said, $30, $40, $50 at a time. And again, this actually happened while, this is another point I wanted to go into. I'm sorry, I'm kind of rambling at this point.
It's
but
okay.
I dashed with someone out here in the Treasure Valley. He's a non-top dasher still. One thing that I thought was interesting, and I was waiting to see if it would get brought up during your discussion, is how the maps look as a top dasher. All right? So non-top dasher, it's completely gray. There's no room to schedule around here. My buddy was grayed out all day. My map was still pink, and it was still going red and showing busy with 2, 3 Wi-Fi signals on it. The non-top dasher maps were gray. They couldn't get on. Meanwhile, I'm clearing out these Albertsons Drive orders and getting $20, $30, $40 tips on them. So, you know, I'm wondering, okay, well, why is it showing busy for the top dashers when it's showing it's completely grayed out for the non-top dashers? And I guess my theory, what we discussed, is it's not actually dead. You know, DoorDash, or the algorithm, is prescribing these orders to the top dashers because maybe there's not enough room for both top dashers and non-top dashers to go around. So they're not going to let the non-top dashers dash now because they've already got, you know, a certain quota of people they want online. They're going to give it to the top dashers.
Well, let me interrupt real quick. So
go for it.
I think I'm going to mute you for a second because there's some feedback. I think that for me, the one thing that a lot of people tell me the benefit for I'm going to mute. Okay. The benefit for a lot of people in doing Top Dasher is they don't have to schedule. They can dash now. For a lot of people in certain markets, like let's say you're in Idaho, obviously smaller market, I would assume, than St. Louis and where Richard's at in Vegas or somewhere in LA or New York or Florida, you know, bigger cities, you can dash now. And I think for a lot of people, right, for me, in my opinion, one of the main benefits, or at least we think the main benefit is, or the only benefit, is that you can dash now. You're not limited to seeing that gray like you talked about on the map. You could dash now. You can make your money, because a lot of people that aren't top dashers, if your market isn't busy or there's too many people online at that particular time, you don't have that option to hit dash now, and it sucks. And I think a lot of people are like a lot of us, we're just trying to like make money, come in, make money. We don't want to be, we don't want to be blocked out and see the gray. We want to see that red or see busy, whatever. So I think that's the one benefit that a lot of us have thought that was the only thing. But now we have other people telling us, well, I see bigger orders. I'm seeing bigger orders now than I ever had before, you know? So let's bring in, I'm going to unmute you guys real quick. So I see we got, somebody says the Money Boy. So this has got to be one of your dudes. I like that. I like new people coming in. So I want to get his perspective first. And then I'll bring in Cliff Dog and Bud Soda. So the Money Boys, can you hear me? Oh, hold on one second. I'm trying to unmute your mic. Can't unmute your guests because they chose to mute themselves. Oh, the Money Boys, can you hear us? Oh, hold on. I got to add them. Hold on one second. There we go. The Money Boys. How you doing, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, bro. What's up with it?
Hey, man. Appreciate you coming in. I know you're from the TMB crew, right? So I love that.
That's the CEO of the TMB right here, man.
CEO of the TMB. I like it. So real quick, man, I already know what you're rocking, where your mindset's at. So, but I want to hear your perspective, because obviously you are top dasher. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. So share a little bit about why you do that. What are the benefits that you're seeing from it?
Well, it's a lot of benefits that come with it. You know, I tried it all ways, and, you know, I've been doing it for 3 months since I lost my little W-2 and whatnot, and out here I was watching YouTube. I seen your videos a couple times, and then let me see somebody in my market, and then that's when I found Sin. And then I looked into him and I was chopping up with him, and then we end up linking. And then, before, when I started, I was making okay orders, but then when I started talking to Ron and Richie, my orders increased, And then we were just out here, and Ron was already top dasher for months before us. So he convinced Richie, and Richie convinced me, and then we just been on it, man, and it's just been working. And like Richie said earlier, it's like, I don't know how you can lose money going for top dasher when you steady making money. I done made $200 in a day taking every order, probably less than 8 hours or about 8 hours. You know what I'm saying? And it's not every order that's going to be 250, 450. Them going to pass by. You drop that 450 off, you might get it 10, 12, 50. But being able to dash anytime, it depends on your market. Being able to dash anytime and I can come to your market right now, Pedro, right? Let's say you're a non-top dasher. We both turn our apps on. I'm going to get that $110 order before you because my stats are higher. So that's that does something to the brain. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I'm not eating, you eat. But if I eat, you got to wait until I give you some scraps. You understand what I'm saying?
Interesting. So that's a different perspective. I think that for me, we can only speak from our own perspective, right? We can only speak from what our market has shown us and what we're willing to put out, what we're willing to try. Right. And everybody's perspective, for me, I still stand by, hey, markets are different. It is what it is. Because I still see good orders. But let me ask you a question real quick. The Money Boys. So what do you say? And let's just have a little fun here for a minute. What do you say when people be like, hey, top dashers are clowns. You guys are taking the trash. Like, do you feel, I'm glad you're laughing. Do you feel like a clown? Let me ask you that, right? Because I feel
you know what?
Talk to me.
I feel rejoiced because, the more people sleep, the more we eat. So it's like, if it wasn't for Richie, Richie different than me. Richie gave out the game and whatnot, try to help people. Me, I would have kept it to myself. But it's I love it. I love all the criticism. I love it. It's like, okay, yeah, we're the clowns, but I'm laughing to the bank. Like, we're the clowns, but I can make 8 racks a month. How many people can do that in their market?
Sure. I like that you said that, but what do you, let me ask, I'm going to unmute Richard real quick. Okay. So let me say this. Go ahead. You can unmute yourself.
I had myself muted.
Okay, cool. So let me ask you guys this, and I'm going to let the other guys fold in real quick. Yeah. Because I think about things in like absolute sometimes. So let's say the TMB boys, you guys are making videos. Richard's making videos. Everything you put out goes to the world. It's not just Las Vegas. So let's say your channel continues to grow and you're spreading this knowledge, right? And you're giving people information in your Discord. It grows. So 6 months from now, let's say you've converted everybody to Top Dasher. Won't that be a negative for you guys?
Perfect. I'm so glad you asked that question because I already know the answer to it.
Go ahead.
Because of metadata.
6 months from now, so everybody's Top Dasher. How's everybody going to eat?
There's a spread 70% to 100%, and not everybody is going to go for 100%. So everybody will be sitting in Top Dasher in 6 months. I guarantee it. If I keep making content and go super hard, everybody will be a Top Dasher in 6 months.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. No,
it's fine.
I don't believe it.
It's fine.
I don't believe it. We'll talk. I'm going to bring you back on in 6 months.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's good.
All right,
well, how about this? I'll have converted 35% of the people that dash to Top Dasher because they will want the high orders. Right now, just check it out. It took me 90 days. Okay, this is day one. If you were listening to this information, it took me 90 days to watch somebody do it right here in front of my face. So I understand it's not going to change tonight. It's not going to change over the few months, but I guarantee people that watch today will eventually change because they will be sitting on their couch one day watching the video and going, damn, they're making more on bigger orders and I want a piece of that cake.
So you're saying in 6 months, because I want to make sure.
I'm not going to say exact numbers. Everything's arbitrary.
No, I mean, we're just, we're saying some time within a year. I'll just give you a year, Sin City. Okay. I'll give you a year. You're saying you're going to convert roughly 900,000 dashers.
Well, there's 4 million of us online or something like that.
Well, I'm saying 2 million. In my opinion, I think there's 2 million or so active. I think people have accounts, but they don't.
Let's check this. Let's use Bentley Coop's channel for a demographic real quick. 120K about for DoorDash, right? So there's your reach practically. Do you get what I mean? Now it will grow
yeah.
or it'll diminish, because it is actually diminishing right now because people think Top Dasher, because DoorDash is harder to get on, it's harder to drive for, there's more competition. So it is kind of dwindling. People are hearing negative news about it, right? So I feel like there's going to be less drivers. But the people that did pay attention, going back to the Top Dashers, is because there's a spread from 70 to 100%, you're still going to have people online competing between those spots. So if I have 100% and you have 99 and you're in my zone, because it's zone specific, as soon as you jump to a new zone, then you're the manager of that zone because you'll be on top of the list. So you'll have people jumping to the best zones with their manager account, or their crew is the best way to do it, with a group of people, because you toss orders to each other, which I put on my channel on my last video showing how we toss orders to each other. Ron held one for like a minute for me so I could close mine out. And then he threw it like 7 miles over everybody to my phone because I was Top Dasher. I know that sounds fake, but it's reality. We're playing this game right now. Like I said, it took me 90 days to make that switch by watching somebody right in front of my face doing it.
Yeah.
So I know it's going to be hard for a lot of people to do it, but I will bet on me, and I'm going to consistently put videos down and have the flat come against me. But I want to show through influence. I'm not going to tell you guys. I'm just going to keep showing you that this is available. And anytime you guys want to join, the channels are wide open for you guys to come in. It's,
I love that.
Anybody,
I love that.
And anybody can, there's enough money for everybody, because there's so many orders for just us in a group, and we're all on $100 paying orders, that if we're all busy, that means somebody else is on one right now, right? We can't cover all of them in the market. Sure,
but it goes back to I feel like you answered it, but maybe you didn't. Maybe I missed some. I'm not that smart sometimes.
Say it again. We'll go over it again.
So I feel like if everybody's, I'm just throw out a radical thing. If everybody takes every order on DoorDash and everybody's at 100%, not everybody will be able to eat the same. That's a fact, right? So think about it like this, right? Because the Money Boys are saying, hey, I'm eating because I'm, I get it. And then the scraps are left for the non-Top Dashers. I understand that analogy. But if everybody's at 100%, and everybody just takes everything that hits their phone, right? There's going to be a large amount of people that are going to have to take crap, and they're not going to make money.
I don't believe so, because there's metadata built with customers. So like Ron, we mentioned Ron has gone to this person's house 9 times doing catering orders to her house. I've been to her house twice. We're sitting right next to each other, and he catches that order. So this is where we do that analyzation. Why did this Dasher get this order before me? Or why did they decline it? Or why does it look shitty? In our scenario, we're looking at it as, why did he just benefit from that order? Because we know there's a $30 or $20 tip on her name every time, regardless of just what it is. So the only way we can think is like, well, either you're closer to the store. Well, not really. We're standing next to each other, or, we're 1 foot apart in GPS, so it's either by GPS, by store, or because of metadata for the customer, which makes most sense as a business point of view. As in, if I'm running a business, I want to make sure that customer that buys $140 worth of sandwiches every single week, that she gets 5-star, because she's the 80% of our profit from 20% of their customers.
No, I hear that, but once again, I feel like I want to bring Bud Soda, Cliff Dog, and I think there's somebody, and I'm going to unmute Jared as well. That's who I can see. I want to just let them chat and give their perspective. But I feel like if, so you got the Money Boys, right? You guys are all at this table, and there's only 4 of you guys sitting there, right? So
right now,
there's right now, right? There's 4 of you guys, right?
Well, there's more, because there's closet people that are in
I'm giving you an analogy, just an analogy, right? There's 4 of you guys sitting at that table, and there's a nice Thanksgiving dinner in front of you, and you guys are eating. Like, hey, everybody else is at the other table. We got this great dinner. They don't know about this great food that's in front of us because they don't want to go the extra mile to figure out that this table is great. But if that 4 turns into 10, you guys are eating less, right?
No, there's enough. We haven't hit our limit. That's what I'm saying, is we don't know. Just like, I'm pretty sure for all of you Dashers right now, you've probably never hit your ceiling in a day, what you can make in a 24-hour period. Some of you maybe have gone out there and hustled yourself for 24 hours to see, but you could probably answer, you don't know what your ceiling is. I've seen 400 in Las Vegas, and that's people just doing 14 hours.
Yeah, but there's only so many orders to go around. There's only so many orders. There's only so many people that are going to order within a lunch shift. You can't, so if you've got everybody Top Dashing at 100%, there's still only, let's say, 500 orders for that 4-hour block in your market. Well, everybody's not going to eat as much.
Hold on, but this is where you're creating a scenario and a metric that doesn't exist. And this is the fear thing that I was explaining, where you forecast something that has not happened yet, thinking it's going to be reality. And when we actually get to that scenario, it never plays out like you million, envisioned it in the million different ways. Do you know what I mean?
Sure. Well,
So,
yeah, but at the end of the day, there's
even
every
right
market
now,
has a cap. Think
even
about
right
it.
now at 12 o'clock at night or 2 in the morning, it's slower than 7 p.m. at night. You know what I mean? We have fluctuations, but like I said, there's not enough people on this train right now that there's enough money. And since there's so many people that are not on it, we don't know how many people can fit right now. There's so little riders. We haven't filled up the train yet. Not until you get into a market and you have 35 of you in a community and you say, yeah, we're all signed online in Kensington, wherever you live. And then you realize that, hey guys, it looks like we've reached our max here because we're sharing all of the same orders right away. And then some of us are sitting stagnant for 4 hours. But you never do, even right now, even with all of the cherry pickers who actually represent 95% of DoorDash, right? Or more probably. You guys don't run out of orders yet, do you?
No, well, I don't, only because, and I want to bring Bud Soda in. I know he's unmuted. Cliff Dog and Jared, if you guys could unmute yourself. For me, I like to multi-app, man. I like to have a couple options. I can't just do DoorDash. I just, it is what it is in my market, at least.
I've always wondered this kind of thing, and it's not this is a rhetorical question, so nobody has to answer this. But I've always noticed that people come at you saying, well, I made 110 today, or I made, 95 in an hour. And I've always wondered the end goal, because I work for the year. What is my salary at the end of the year? So I know what I need to make throughout the year to achieve my goal, right? And this is how any salary positioned or management positioned or big business person looks. They look quarterly or they look yearly at their expenses and their wages.
Yep.
So when people say, well, I made $900 in one day off of multi-apping, I always think, what is your end goal? Because there's no way you can sufficiently make $900 every single hour always off of these apps. So I feel like people hinder themselves and they only cherry pick the best words to tell someone to kind of flex and be like, I made more. Look at me, I'm the shit. But in all reality, how much money do you need to live for 1 year? And I think that's a better question for people to kind of put in their brain, as opposed to attacking one day for a bunch of money, because it's the year that you need to buy, that you're buying.
You got to look at the long haul. Bud Soda, Cliff Dog, and Jared, you guys are unmuted. So Bud Soda, I want to start with you first. I know you've been in here. Cliff Dog, appreciate y'all for hanging tight. Love you guys for the support. Bud Soda, I'll start with you. So give me some of your thoughts on what you've been listening to. Share some perspective from somebody that's been doing this a long time.
So I think the new way of doing things is not doing Top Dasher. It's to schedule out, have multiple apps, and to route your orders as appropriate. Like you, for example, you'll grab a DoorDash on the way, or Uber Eats on the way to your Instacart that's just leading almost to the store, or maybe just going to block past it and you go right back. And it's not affecting it in any way. And I also stack orders on top of my Instacart orders or my Spark. And if you can route appropriately, you become the master of your market. You do not need Top Dasher, if you ask me. It's very limited circumstances, like in Vegas where it's constantly grayed out, or in Boise where it's constantly grayed out. And then, like, the majority of their customers in those, like 80% of their customers tip at least $2 or more. So, like, my market, it's more like 25, 35%. Don't tip, or tip very low, like under $2 or no tip at all. So I can't do that on Top Dasher. I've tried it, and I've had a few drivers come to me recently and say they've been doing Top Dasher for the past year and they just can't do it anymore. They were thinking of getting a W-2.
Invite them to my channel and I'll help them out.
Yeah, they came and asked me for some advice, and I gave them my advice, and I said, here's what I do. Here's these are people I get along with well, and we, if we see someone else's order get done, hey bro, your order's done, get out the door, kind of thing. But like, they went from making under 20 an hour, now they're averaging over 20 an hour, even with the limited apps they have, and they're applying for all of them. I think the new way to do things is to have yourself wide open to as many apps as possible. Like, I despise Spark. I honestly do, but I've learned how to work it, how to manipulate it, and how to make money off it, and how to stack orders on top of it appropriately, because I'll grab DoorDash and Grubhub going the same way. Or heck, I've done it with Instacart too, to where Spark says it's not ready yet. I'll mark myself as arrived at the store, go grab that small Instacart, come back, have my stuff in insulated bags. I have plenty, and grab my grocery orders and then go deliver them all. So I really think that's the new way, is to stack orders and to route yourself appropriately. Is it risky? Yes, but you need to experiment in your market and figure out how to route yourself appropriately, because a lot of catering drivers do that. They'll take multiple catering deliveries all within like a 2 or 3 hour time block, and they'll have like 3 or 4 catering orders, and they'll route themselves for the restaurants and the areas they're dropping off and make some incredible money. Like a lot of Deliver That drivers do that, for example. So I really feel that I don't think most people need Top Dasher unless it's their only option. It's very limited circumstances like you are talking about.
Jared, are you still with us? I think we might have lost Jared. How about the Money Boys? Would you like to add something to that?
You know, the way I go by it, you know, people differ from me. I'm the type of person, I'm not trying to convince anybody, you know what I'm saying? And I'm humble too, you know, I'm very humble. I'm not trying to convince anybody. Just like I tell Rich, we don't have to convince or explain to people or try to make them believe. If they do what they do, that's cool. If not, cool. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we just know what works in our market. And I kind of agree with you on that too. Everybody's market is different, you know?
Facts.
So it varies. It varies. So I can't speak for somebody who stays in, you know, North Dakota compared to my market out here with Top Dasher. But I know if I was in North Dakota with Top Dasher, I know I'll still be priority over the list. You know, the thing about what Top Dasher to me is, forget all the extras. The thing about me is I'll get the order before you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, so it's like, I've been sitting, you know, you hear people, I've been sitting here 30, 40 minutes in the same spot and then get an order, but you didn't get that order because I took it. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody else took it. And if you did get that order, that's because I was offline or on the order. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of like, that gives you a boost. Like, you know, say you want to start 4, 5, 6 in the morning, you're getting the first big orders before everybody who's been sitting out there since 1, 2, 3 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you turn on the app, it's like, bing, we've been waiting on you. You know what I'm saying? As far as like Richie said, this is what really got me. Nobody shows this on YouTube. When we see the orders come to each other and we toss them, like Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers around here playing hot potato with orders. It's like, what the heck? It's like it's a video game. And it's like, think of a video game. You have to get all your perks. You got to get all your crystals, your shields, your legendary weapons, your exotics or whatever. And then you got everything to beat the boss. And it's like, Top Dasher is like the top of the game. It's not the end all, but it just opened up so much that you never seen not trying it. I say, don't knock it till you try it. But if it don't work for you, cool. But I don't disagree with anybody, you know.
No, I like, you know, what can I ask what your name? It says a Money Boys. Would you like to share your name with us?
Oh, my real name, Adam.
I like you, man. I like you talked about I'm humble. I'm not gonna tell somebody this. You know, listen, I need more of that. Like I need a little bit more of that because I like to rant and rave. And
it's hard, Pedro. I know it is, and I know you be ranting on your channel. And like you said, I heard you talking to Richie talking about, you know, we come from humble experiences, so we take every order, and it's like, it's not even about that. Do you know how easy it is to be negative?
Oh,
do you know how hard it is to stay positive?
Sure. No, I definitely get that. And I like, you know, what you're saying about, you know, you have to, and I think the one thing we can take away from this is, and one thing I can appreciate about Rich and Adam is these guys are doing the work. They're figuring things out for themselves and they're making it their own, right? They understand. They're figuring out their market. They're willing to put the time and effort in, do both different things, and it's working for them. And like Bud Soda was saying earlier, for him, you know, he tried it, didn't like it, but now he does the multi-apping thing. And for me, I've never tried it, but I like the multi-app thing. I like different options because in my market, like one day DoorDash hits, one day it doesn't, right? And that could be for whatever reason, but I understood that. And I'm going to try this. I'm going to fold Instacart in. So I think we have to do a better job of a little less complaining, a little less whining, a little more like, okay, I need to figure out what works for me in my area. And I think Rich and Adam are doing that. And hey, and if like Rich is saying, hey, he has a monetary goal at the end of the year. He wants to hit. He's coming from U-Haul. He's like, hey, I hate my fucking job. I'm going to do this. I got a monetary goal I want to hit, and he's building towards that number. And I'm sure Adam probably has a monetary goal, whether it's daily, monthly, yearly. I'm going to work that number. And whatever that number is personal to everybody, right? So somebody might say, hey, I need to make 30 grand this week or this year. Other people, it might be, I need to make 50. I need to make 80. It's all going to be based on what what your bills are. Maybe you're retired. You just need to make $100 a week. What's cool about these apps is so many different people work them. They work them differently. Right? They work them into their schedule. They work 4 hours a week. I know some people, even content creators, they're out there in their car 80 hours a week. Like, I can never do that. But hey, they're hitting their goals. They want to make this amount of money. And maybe they only do it for a year or two. They stack their bread and then they move on to something else or whatever. Right? But I like that we can have this kind of conversation because, listen, I'll be the first to admit, like I said earlier, I've called top dashers clowns in my market. You ain't making money. You can't, I've said all this stuff, right? But it doesn't mean that I'm right or wrong. That's my opinion, right? Because I've seen what works in my market. And I've heard people tell me they're making more by not being a top dasher. But I like what you guys are doing because I can tell this Richard, he cares. He's got a Discord. He's got TMB boys. I think Adam said he's the CEO of that. So that, you guys are out there you're actually showing people maybe a different option that could work for them. And I think there's some value in that because all of us, there's a lot of different ways to slice bread. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of different ways to get the same result at the end. And I think that's what I wanted to kind of bring this conversation in because at the end of the day, I think like Richard was saying earlier, we see Reddit, we see YouTube channels. It's like top dasher's a clown, top dasher's a clown, like at the end of the day, is it? I don't know. Let's talk about it, So what would you guys say to that?
Yeah, that's the thing. When I first started, I'll keep it brief so everybody else can speak. But when I first started, you see all these videos, don't go for top dasher, don't go for top dasher, don't go for top dasher. And being out here with Richie and Ron, and I say Ron a lot because Ron is like he's like the gym. He's trying to get in here, but I don't know if he joined. But just Ron doing what everybody else wasn't doing benefited everybody else in our market, especially Richie. Richie is one of them guys. He got to see it to believe it. He was right there with you. You know what I'm saying? So Richie seen it, and when Richie seen it, and we start doing what Ron was saying, it's like it's forget about our opinions. Let's talk facts. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Let's talk numbers. The opinions can be opinions. It's like assholes. Everybody got one. So it's like it really don't matter what the opinions are. It's about facts, and like you said, Pedro, what works for you? You know what I'm saying? Sure,
absolutely. Richard, you want to jump in here?
Yeah, I was gonna say, we're just bringing more information to light is all it is. It's I'm not saying to become a top dasher that you're gonna make more money. All I'm saying is if you become a top dasher, the main point that I'm stressing is that you unlock more orders that you have not seen before. That's the top thing right there. And it won't matter what percentage top dasher you become, you will see those unlock of orders. The biggest thing that you're not going to see, though, that I do stress upon top dasher is the large order and catering program. That is the end all be all of money tip for DoorDash. If you want to get the biggest tip you've ever seen on your phone, it would be large order and catering. So you can become a top dasher, but top dasher is just a tier 2 count out of tier 3. So you're in the middle. You're still going to get good shit. Don't get me wrong. Just like a non-top dasher will still see a good order because it trickled is all it did. So me being a non-top dasher, I did it for 17 months and I still made $200 a day. Right? I still hit my goal, right? Yeah. So like I'm saying, it's not that it's going to make you more money. It unlocks more opportunity of orders for you. And yes, actually, if I woke up at 7 o'clock and came home at 10 o'clock, I'd make $350 in Vegas, and I'd be making about $100 more, 150 more in a day. But I'm not going to put myself through 33 deliveries in a day. I don't need to.
Right. So I'm going to bring Flex. I don't know if you guys knew Mr. Flex.
I know Flex. Actually shout out to Flex. That was one of the first videos I seen. This fool bringing in $4,000 something.
Dude, he make. I'll say this right now. He spends a lot of time in his car. I'm going to give him a link. Sure. He makes more than anybody else. He makes more than any of us.
For sure.
But he's obviously he's in a good market, but he's obviously in his car a lot. But he's going to put most of our numbers to shame because I've seen
Well,
it.
it's not about numbers, is what I'm saying. It's about unlocking the orders, and that's the biggest thing that.
But he gets the big ones. I'm going to bring him in real quick, so I want you guys to stand by if you got some time. We're having a good conversation. I want to bring him in. Let me share.
What is Flex up to? 20K deliveries now? 25K?
Oh, I don't even know. He's a machine. He's a machine.
He's always crushed it. He's always crushed it.
It's crazy what he can do.
He was one of the biggest inspirations when I first started. I found his channel actually first.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Let me see 1 second here. Hold on. Let me copy this. All right, Flex. I'm gonna bring you in this conversation once I can figure out my phone. Okay, so the link. I'm gonna drop the link right now. There it is. Feel free to come in. I think we also have Jared. Are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool. And then I got Boy Bryce. I'm gonna unmute you. Boy Bryce, if you want to unmute yourself, there you go. Are you there?
There we go. Yeah, how y'all doing?
What's up, man? How you doing, man? I haven't seen you here. Welcome to the channel, my friend.
Hey, man, I'm a big fan. Also, Rick's a big fan as well, as you already know.
Hey, appreciate it, man. So share if you want to, Boy Bryce, I think I'm saying it right. If you want to share a little bit of opinion and perspective.
Yeah. So pretty much goes like this. I've been dashing ever since COVID had hit, and I was in the military at the time. So big believer and big known fact, it's true, where if you don't spend your money properly, you get paid on the first and go broke by the third, and that is very much true. So COVID hit, it pretty much had put everyone on kind of lockdown, and I just wanted to make some extra money. So I've been door dashing ever since that, all the way up to now when I got out. And when I got out, I never got the last check for a good 2 months. So me being used to DoorDash, what can I do? I don't mind driving. I don't mind, relaxing. I can pick up a couple orders, and I did it. So this is where it gets interesting, because watching everyone on YouTube, listen to what they're saying, I didn't know what Top Dasher was until about 3 months ago. And I was seeing all the negative impact, and I was the biggest cherry picker in my market. So I was like, okay, I'm definitely going to make the most money I possibly can and just go from there. About a week ago, I get a random recommended video that has Richard's channel. And he's one of the very few people that I see that talks positive about Top Dasher, and just seeing the community and how they realize the numbers and the data are proving that it's actually worth it, at least in certain markets. I remember there was a specific comment that said, you know what, bro, I'm going to go for it. You inspired me to go for it. And I said, you know what, I'm going to go for it too. I make Top Dasher. The first month, I see some improvements, but nothing crazy, being honest. In the second month when I made it, I decided to join the Discord and talk to them and kind of figure something out. Like, I'm one of the newer people to the new money boys that they're talking about.
Sorry, are you in Vegas or somewhere else? I forgot. I don't know if I missed where you're at.
Me?
Yeah. What's your market?
I'm in Virginia.
Okay, cool. Go ahead. Sorry. You're in Virginia, you said?
I think he just timed out. I think he
did he?
He's good. He's good.
Yeah, no, you said you're in Virginia, right?
Yeah, so I do the Virginia Beach area. Okay. And so I join. I'm talking to these guys. They're very well connected, very friendly, give the best insight. And within a couple of days, I'm already seeing more results. And I was already seeing decent results the first time I was up for Top Dasher, but the second time I saw even better. I just got done telling the group that a couple of days ago on Friday, I just hit $400 in a single day. And then I just closed out this week as a max week hitting about 1,700. And with the knowledge that I was able to figure out in just these small amount of days compared to the year before or the year before that, I wouldn't have touched those numbers anywhere. And so now it could have been a good month. I'll openly admit that. But the one thing I will honestly say is he is absolutely right about the data. There is a lot that people don't know about while going for Top Dasher. And I can see why people turn it off, because I was one of the biggest people that said, screw that. I'm going to get my tip, or I'm not going to go. I'm not going to waste my time.
Oh, yeah, that's how I am. Yeah, for sure.
But it's now more the fact of it. How do I say this? It's at this point, I see it again in my market, the benefits of becoming a Top Dasher. I've never had the scheduling issue. I've always been able to make a decent amount of money, but it's just elevated, honestly. And I think the one thing that kills me is the fact of people are so quick to jump on the bandwagon of saying, hey, it's not good and so. The one thing that I'm glad I was able to relearn about that was I haven't given it a try myself, because everyone may feel about certain things differently. Sure. So I was happy to go in and be like, you know what, go in with an open mind. Let's give it a try. I'm not that far behind acceptance rate. I always had a good customer rating. Let's just go for it. And just the fact of me taking that risk and going for it is already paid off heavily. So I just wanted to come in and support and kind of show that, hey, it definitely does work.
I appreciate that. I'm gonna mute you for a second. I'm gonna let give the floor to Mr. Flex real quick. Shout out to my dude, Mr. Flex. What's up, man? Give me your thoughts.
What's up?
Give me your thoughts, man.
I really don't really like the program, is because it's hard to maintain it, and it's the douchies up there that's that's forcing you basically to take these orders to try to reach that level, to like supposedly give you better orders. There shouldn't be any of that. Like I don't know why they introduced that, like, oh, if you reach this level you will have better orders. But yet we're still gonna give you the same orders, the bottom guy will get the same shit, and it's why? It's because as a big company they want every order to be fulfilled and completed, so the big company could make all the freaking money. And in order to do that, they're trying to figure a way out. So before, what happened before, like that Top Dasher thing wasn't really working. Maybe it's just kicking in now. But then again, you don't necessarily have to kill yourself to take every order to make your money.
So Mr. Flex, I know you don't, I feel like you won't mind me asking this. What did you make this week or today, if you want to share one or both?
1,400.
Okay, you made 1,400. Okay. And what's your acceptance rate?
I ended up with 17%. That's a little bit high for me.
Right. That is, I feel like that. Usually you're like 10 or 8
or
below.
It's usually 10 or below. It's usually 10 or below, because I usually, I complete orders. I mean, at the same time I complete orders, I decline a bunch. I think I declined about 170 or 80 deliveries today.
How many orders did you have today that you would consider big? Like, I don't know what
I had
is to you.
Few shopping orders that paid me $40.
$40. Okay. So you had a couple of those.
Yeah. So I had a shopping order. It was $39, and the lady ended up giving me $10 extra after the fact, after the delivery. Because I ended up calling her a few times because they didn't have certain items, whatever. I call her because I'm not a dick that I'm just gonna get anything. I would just I would call and get them whatever they want. So I guess she liked that.
Yeah, jump in.
So, Mr. Flex here. So out of all the deliveries you've done, because I know you kill it out there, do you believe that your account has any seniority in the system, or do you think that all of your orders are still random?
No, look, me and my buddy Jay always Gabby, right? You guys, I'm sure most of the people heard of Gabby.
I know Gabby's like the big order that you guys float like around, right?
$60-$70 that payout. So for some reason he gets it all the time, and he barely works. He ain't got no Top Dasher. He would never go there.
Is it going to the same type of business each time? Same house?
Yeah, always go into the same business.
Okay, perfect. So this is where my metadata theory comes in. That he's dropped there. The merchant 5-starred him. Now you can get merchants to 5-star you. Do you guys know that? Yeah. So if you do, you're going to get catering orders from that merchant again. So we have a restaurant called BJ's Brew House. I don't know if you guys know it, but Braun is getting good with the manager where he's like, hey, you can look at the tablet. He's like, hey, could you rate me on the tablet 5 stars, please? So now every big ass order that comes out of that restaurant, fucking Ron's right on his way over there. He could be 16 miles away from the fucking store on the other side of the zone, and they send his ass over there over 300-400 other dashers. So I feel like there's metadata that they're saving against.
It's possibility, but they order randomly from different restaurants.
The business is from different restaurants, but it's going to the same business though.
Oh, going to the same business.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the business account or the business, and they're fulfilling the same 5-star service. Now, I guarantee this: if he was offline and you were online, I bet you would have saw it next, possibly because I guarantee you have seniority on your account. How many dashes do you have? You in the 20K or something?
No, I'm about to hit 17.
17, okay.
Yeah.
That's massive. Like I only have 4,700 deliveries, almost 4,800, right. And I know I have seniority over people because I watched it happen when I went to Green Valley and I challenged the non-top dasher. I still made more money in his market, got bigger bangers than him, and delivered a few Cindy's. We call them Cindy's, over $100. It's kind of funny you call them those.
That's hilarious. I want to bring Tony, the Driven Dad, if you can unmute your mic if you want to join this conversation. I see you in here. Let me see if you could, Tony, if you could hear us. Hold on. Let me, Tony, feel free to unmute your mic. And I'm going to go ahead and I want to get a little perspective from, Tony's gone. I want to bring Jared back in. If you guys want to unmute your mics, Boy Bryce, Bud Soda, go ahead and jump in this conversation, guys. One at a time.
I just want to speak up about being preferred dasher for restaurants. You can have that happen if you have a great relationship with your merchants. Sometimes the merchants don't even tell you. I had one tell me way after the fact, and I'll get catering orders for them. Like, you can't get catering fast food, believe it or not. Gosh darn it. And I get preferred treatment there, basically. So that is true that you will be the first person to get that catering order.
I'm pretty friendly with a lot of restaurants, and I don't think I get any kind of seniority. And these dudes would have been the first one to rate me 5 stars. You know,
I'm the same way. I would say I have very, very good relationships with the people I do pick up from. Like, I walk in, they know me by name. Like, it's like crazy, but I deliver to a lot of these same places. And I don't know if I have seniority or not, but like, I mean, they know me. Like, I know their kids' names. There's about 10 restaurants where I walk in, they offer me free food. Like, so I don't know about that seniority. It's an interesting topic. Yeah, but I don't know how true that is because
there's a lot of
the
dashers.
best way is to compare it with a friend. You have to dash with a friend right next to you. If people aren't dashing with a friend, you miss a lot of analytical data that you guys.
I don't do that.
No. Look at it this way. Me and Jay used to pass orders to each other around too, but we're not top dashers.
You don't have to be because that means
we're just in that.
It had already dropped in the list in the vicinity of store because there's other metadata shit that they're chiming in on. You know, we don't know it all. We don't know what it is, but we have a very good feel for it. And it's crazy because we'll say it and then it'll happen. So it's like.
So I got a question because I feel like I've seen this before, and I've never I meet fellow dashers and we chat, but I've never gone to a parking lot and said, "Hey man, what's going on? Can I see your phone?" Like, I've never done that. So when you guys are talking about passing orders, I don't even know what that means. Like, what is that?
So passing an order would be, like I said, the pyramid. If you're a top dasher, you see the order first. So what it is, say I have 100% acceptance, and I know my buddy has a 98%, and we've been online for a little bit. And we've already seen that, hey, he got that order. It was shitty. Then it came to my phone and I declined it because it was shitty. Say it was a $75 order, but no tip because the person wanted to be an asshole. We're still going to see the order first and it's going to say $250, but we saw it because the metadata of $75 subtotals first. Then we decline it and just let it go down the list. Once we kind of establish ourselves in our zone and kind of know where we are, this is when we get a large order. We know it's over $100 and we say, damn, I got it first because I have 100%. And I say, well, guess what? I don't want to take this one, but you're closer. So he'll decline it and literally throw the order to the next. We call it like we're passing it because we know I'm next in line on the list. He sees it, then I see it. And it doesn't matter where I am in my zone. It'll still come to me and then it'll come to the next top dasher, then the next one with best stats. That's why I highly stress to get the highest percent. And I know that sounds so clown, like, oh, you're going to make me go for 100%. It's like, it does say it sucks the first time, but the second time you go for top dasher, you don't catch as much shit because you're up there and you have priority and you've built customer relations with 5 stars. Text everybody, be happy, you know, and those people, and you keep consistently delivering to those families. I go back to the same families. I know their last names, you know, it's crazy.
Sure. And that's good business. We should all be doing that. You know, we should be giving good customer service. And like, I just, maybe I'm too petty. I don't know, but like, I'm pretty petty, bro. I'm pretty petty, but I like to deliver to people that I know tip me in the beginning. That's just me. Cause if it's a better business decision for me. And I just, those are the type of customers I want to do business with.
Business decision.
It's a business decision for me.
So DoorDash's best business decision is to make the customer happy every time. Fuck the driver. So when you're a brand new employee, think of it like this. There's a janitor and there's a manager that both show up to the same building. The janitor goes in through the same door. He parks in the same exact parking lot. He walks on the same floor. He opens the same doors and sits in the same chairs as the manager does. Yet the manager gets paid $100,000 a year and the janitor gets paid $18,000 a year. Yet they do the same exact thing. They occupy the same space, but because of the value or the service they provide gives them a different dollar amount. And this is where I feel Top Dasher provides a higher service to customer relation, and that's why you get higher tips.
What would you say? And I want to bring in Boy Bryce or Jared, if you guys could unmute, or Money Boys, Bud Soda, feel free to unmute yourself. What would you guys say? So let's say you're Top Dasher, but your rating isn't great. It's a 4.7. Let's say you're a 4.7, right?
It doesn't matter.
I'm a
the
5
rating,
point.
It's only accepted. Rating doesn't matter. So Ron had a better. I had
but
a
5 star. Don't you think it should? Don't you think it should?
It doesn't, because it's the acceptance rate. The rating is per customer, not your overall 5-star or 4.
No, but what I'm saying is, if I take every order, I have 100% acceptance rate, but I'm a crappy dasher, right? I don't have good ratings. I'm 4.5 or something, right? And I get a few 1 stars.
4.7 bare minimum.
4.7, yeah, 4.7. If
you have 100% acceptance rate, you'll catch the order before I do, even though I have a 5-star. Because
I think that's bad.
Because your efficacy against the algorithm is stronger than mine, and they know that you're going to facilitate that order with better efficacy than I will, because you have 100% acceptance rate.
Yeah, but then you're also DoorDash. You're also saying DoorDash is okay with having a lesser than dasher, because they're taking more orders than a better dasher with better customer service skills. Somebody like Flex is going to say, hey, I don't want to just substitute whatever. I'm going to actually call you, because, you see what I'm saying? Like, don't you think that customer rating should matter?
Well, they do. So if you've been to the customer, you got a 5-star, you'll go back. If you've never been to a customer, I like to look at that customer as like gray. You've never been to that one, so they don't have any data against you too, right? So if you go to someone's house and they don't rate you, they're just gray. You get to go to their house again. But if somebody rates you 5
He's in
stars,
the background. You're
going to continuously get orders from that person. So it's per customer, not your overall star rating. It's per customer basis when an order drops and the algorithm looks for the dasher to fill that order for efficacy. Who's going to be the most efficient for it. That's why they say you can have a 4.7 customer rating, because they don't really care about your customer rating. They care about, does this person accept the order and take it? And if you showed that you took the last 100 orders, you're pretty much the biggest donkey for them at that point. And they know if they give you any order, right? Hold on, but you're tricking an algorithm. It's not a person, right? So yes, I get the perspective of non-Top Dasher saying, well, you're a clown. And it's like, I am, but I'm laughing to the bank when I did a $45 order 4 miles away.
I just can't be a donkey. I just can't be a donkey.
Yeah, I do want to back him up with it.
Go ahead, Bryce.
No, I was just going to say I'm backing him up with that, because that's the one thing that it's been known that DoorDash can't handle your absolute customer rating. You may have a cheap order, and you may drop it off, do everything you can, be polite, hey, give them updates. They can give you 1 star for the fuck of it. Part of my language. But now your acceptance rate, showing that you're willing to take whatever price it is for how many miles you are. Your completion rate, showing that no matter what, you're willing to wait it out, keep the customer updated, and continue on with that order, how early or on time you are. When those stats go up, it makes a name for yourself, and that definitely shows it in the long run.
Now, what if DoorDash just decides to update the app?
Absolutely.
And this thing just goes haywire and it's everything broken again?
I'll feel it instantly, and I'll make a video.
Yeah, that's what I'm watching.
Well, I just put it this way: it hasn't happened.
Once you reach the top status, right? You're supposed to get like good orders most of the time, right?
You will. You'll get great orders. I mean, right now it's 10.
Then technically, you shouldn't have to. Like you would continuously stay at that level, and you won't lose it because you're always receiving good orders.
Well, no. You're still going to get a shitty order, because say if somebody, what it does is it unlocks order subtotals. That's what you're unlocking for Top Dasher. So you'll unlock subtotals between $35 and $75 of subtotal. So whoever orders in between that subtotal, it goes to a Top Dasher first. But hypothetically, if I ordered $55 worth of Wingstop and I'm a 14-year-old kid on the app and I don't tip you, you as a Top Dasher are going to see the $45 order of Wingstop come through, and it's going to say $2.50 on your phone. And you're going to say, fuck that, right? Anybody would decline that. But you as a Top Dasher got to see the subtotal order first, because this is what DoorDash is not telling you. They're basing all of their orders off subtotal and percentages of tip. Obviously, the more money somebody spends, generally, the more tip is increased on that. And one big thing that you guys might not know, when somebody orders over $100 worth of food, the tip changes to 10, 15, and 20% as opposed to $2, $3, $4. It flips to percentage as opposed to dollar amounts. And this is where we want to take advantage of generous people that order $130 worth of Capriati sandwiches or Wingstop or whatnot, and they leave you 20%, and you get a $26 tip going less than 4 miles to someone's house on a Friday for some Wingstop real quick.
Oh yeah,
which I'm sure you guys have experienced.
Well, that's the difference, because they're ordering over $100 worth of food, so they're throwing in a percentage in there,
correct?
Instead of like $10 worth of McDonald's.
And that's why, and as Top Dasher, we increase our odds of seeing those orders. You're still going to see shit. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you should know your market, like, by what you're taking. Like, if McDonald's comes in, like, you shouldn't just be like, oh, money.
No, I'm not going to. But check this out. Like, I guarantee this. I've gotten McDonald's orders for $120 in the morning that I've never seen before when I wasn't a Top Dasher.
That's rare. Dude,
it kind of is, but not. Come to my Discord, and I can show you McDonald's almost every single day from people. Like, it's a common.
I argue this because you're a large order dasher, not because of your Top Dasher status.
Let me bring in. I want to bring in JP's gig corner because he joined us new. I want to bring in JP. If you're ready, JP, I'll give you a second. There you go. JP, what are you feeling about this conversation? Are we talking nonsense? Are there facts being talked about? Give me your perspective.
There's no sound, buddy. There's no sound. You need to turn your mic on.
All right, how about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, little loud. Can you turn it down a little bit? Just a little loud.
Let me step away. How about now?
That's perfect.
You're good. I might be just have it turned up too much, but
no, that's
anyway,
good.
What I wanted to comment about was what Sin City was saying as far as the all this metadata, as he's referring to it. There is actually a ton of data that they use. As a matter of fact, I couldn't find it. I wanted to find it. Uber has actually not been granted the patent yet, but DoorDash has also applied for one that allows them to take all this data, all different types of data, and use it to decide who gets what. And that is very much a thing that's there. And there's some things that are in there that are really scary when you think about how a company can discriminate against anyone just for whatever reason. All right. So
because you viewed something, they take that analytic and they use it against you.
Correct.
Really, they're trying to benefit you because they think it's in your best interest because it's something you searched or you looked at. The metadata is very important, but it's very dangerous. Like he's saying, it's kind of scary what they actually track.
Yeah, there is a lot of things about using that data that are really, to me, it's one of those things that I really believe we've got serious problems with because it's not fully disclosed to anyone. And that's part of what we need is full disclosure as to how it's supposed to work. The only thing I wanted to give you was when I first started doing this, which was probably about a year and a half ago, DoorDash. Now I've been doing Uber, Lyft, and all of that since 2016. On and off. I went back into the workforce and got a W-2 for a couple of years. But to make a long story short, in total, I've done just shy of 30,000 trips with all the different apps.
That's impressive, man. Wow.
Yeah, and during that time, one of the things that I found is these stories that I've read recently about how they decide who they're going to pair with what. I can't tell you how many times I've been standing right next to an Uber. All right. An Uber passenger that made a request. Right. And I didn't get it. And for 30 minutes, I didn't get their request. But after everyone else declined it, finally I got it because this particular day, everything they were sending me was 15, 20, 30 minutes away. And I'm just not going to do that. If it's not within 5 or 6 minutes of me, I'm not doing the ride. Right. So cut to the chase. When I got the lady in the car, I said, ma'am, how long have you been trying to get a ride? She said, 40 minutes. And everyone, now this was about a year, maybe a year and a half ago. Everyone that she did get paired with was, again, 25, 30 minutes away. But then when I read the data about it, it just confirmed for me, I'm talking about the patent that they've applied for. And then I followed it up with a couple other stories that are out there. they do actually use a lot of different data to decide who they're going to pair with whom. And part of it is they want us to take, any ride or Uber Eats request or DoorDash and what have you. But when I first started doing DoorDash, I did 100 DoorDashes and said, I'm going to take everything. And I figured that would at least give me the science. It would give me a statistically correct survey. And what I found was that and only 3 out of those 100 that were under a $5 order, only 3 tipped. All right, and I did get cash tips from 2 people that I delivered to, but that's still only looking at 5 or 6%. And even if you stretch that to 10%, it's not. It just didn't make any sense for me here.
Right.
The rest of the things you talk about, I know that, for instance, on certain customers, I will deliver. There are certain customers that if I'm online on a Thursday or a Friday night, I'm going to get them every week. Okay. And I'm not sure. I think you might be muted, but those things do happen.
I was just saying, same here.
I haven't tried to be a top dasher. I've been doing a lot more shopping apps than I have anything else. But I'm gonna go ahead and maybe the end of this month try it once and see what it's like.
Well, that's cool because you seem like a very analytical type of person who sees a pattern and you can decipher it. That's great because if you're a non-top dasher right now and you become one, I guarantee the first day you get it, you will see, whoa, that's different. That's different from the algorithm that I'm used to seeing. And that's what I've noticed by telling the people in my Discord, and they've said yes to it, which I think is crazy that every single person we've told, not one person said, Richard, you're an asshole. You're a piece of shit for making me do that. I wasted my money and I'm unsubscribing for you. I thought that was going to happen, but I didn't because I kind of know how strong the information is. As long as they believe in themselves to do it, they'll see the end goal. Like gig-wise, I'll never be a top dasher, and that's fine. But as more people around you become a top dasher, we might have to change our opinion because I was a non-top dasher for 17 months. I subscribed to no tip, decline now, screw all of those motherfuckers that aren't going to tip. But you can see in the last 2 months, I've shifted my paradigm a little bit, and I
still say screw the people that don't tip. I'm going to say that until I stop working the apps.
I still say
no
screw
way,
them, but
bro.
I'm gonna do it to get the advantage of what Top Dasher gives you because it's
and if I only have to do it for 5 days and do it the way you described and not have to take. You approached it very analytically.
Now, let me ask you, how many?
Hey, Pedro, real quick. I only got like 2 minutes.
Yeah, go ahead. That's why I unmuted you. Go ahead.
Okay. So I did Top Dasher, as you know, about a year ago for 2 months in a row. And my wife would be in the car with me, and I would check these orders back to back with my phone and her phone. She would get better orders than me, and she was not a Top Dasher at all. So I'm not sure if like the algorithm has changed for Top Dashers since then, but yeah, that was my experience in Denver with Top Dasher. It did not give me, and that was after they changed it where it said that you will be prioritized for $35 orders and up.
It could possibly have that it has changed, but my thing is, are they specifically holding those better orders for Top Dashers?
Yes, it holds up to 15 minutes. They will hold an order.
See, in my opinion, that's crap because the customer has to wait.
I'll make videos in the future here proving that I can get a large order, and I'll show the total like $179. I'll decline it. I'll sign out and I'll sign right back in, and it'll give it to me, and I'll do it for 15 minutes, and it'll eventually drop it to whoever else wants to take it. The best scenario is at nighttime because if there's another Top Dasher online, it's going to his phone or her phone. But Ron and I will do it late night here from 11 o'clock to like 3 a.m. Some people order some stupid stuff and we're not taking it. We're just watching data. I watch orders every single night to see how my market looks. What's being ordered.
To add on that about the algorithm, I've seen Ron literally get the same order 3, 4, 5 times for like 10 minutes. Why? Because he was in a large order program. This was before I got all Top Dasher, large order program, all that. I've seen this man get the same order 3-4 times, manipulating the algorithm, doing it his way. And it was just like, damn, ain't nobody else out there to take it? It was like, no, they want you to take it because of your stats. You know what I'm saying? So it does have
crazy
a
to me,
lot to
though,
do with
because
algorithm.
doesn't the customer suffer when the algorithm does
No,
that?
they give them an estimated window, and they'll let that time expire to the last minute before they drop it to the next category, and there's still enough time. When I get a catering order, I'll
That's
show
bad
up.
customer service. That's bad
Which
customer
No,
is
there's still
service.
enough time.
messed
You're
up
still on
because they're
time. You're
waiting.
still
They're
on
still
time. The
waiting all
customer is
that
never
time,
waiting.
though.
The customer is not waiting.
Well,
Because
hold
when
up.
the customer orders more food, they get a longer estimated total time for arrival. And
I
this
get
is
that,
where
but
DoorDash uses
but
that
earlier
15-minute window.
I get that, but earlier you said, well, everything's customer service, so you take care of the customer. So if they give them an estimated 45 minutes, the best customer service that they can provide that customer is having it delivered in 30. Wouldn't you agree with that? Versus wait, see what I'm saying? You can't argue with that.
But Domino's tried it and they stopped doing that. You know what I mean? So there's an estimate of time, and when you order more food, there's going to be more. And right now, if you walked into Chipotle with one person or you walked in with 20 people, it's going to be a lot longer for 20 people to get their food.
Oh, sure, I get that. But if I walk in Chipotle and they can give me my burrito in 5 minutes, that's better customer service than waiting for making me wait an extra 5, make it 10.
Yeah, but you can't hinder that business because they said, well, hold on, you've ordered a lot of food. You're going to have to give us an additional 15 minutes to prepare it. That's not very much. That's not much in the eyes. You show up to people's houses 10 or 15 minutes early as non-Top Dasher right now. Right.
Oh, well, sometimes,
yeah.
Sure.
So they're allotting us enough time to drive there and get it, and we're not late. We always get the food in a timely manner to that customer. They're taking care of those large orders.
Yeah. I want to wrap up and put some final thoughts to this. So what I'm going to do is go around the people that are in here. Appreciate everybody watching. And I appreciate everybody staying in. We've had well over 400 for the majority. Appreciate you guys. Hit the thumbs up for everybody that's been a part of this conversation. So I want to start with Bud Soda. I'm going to unmute you if you want to have some final words, Bud Soda, about this topic.
So what I'm going to say is that I still don't believe the Top Dasher is worth it. We agree to disagree. I'm with Camp Flex over there. Be as picky as you possibly can be. And, he was kind of criticizing me fairly for taking some crap orders that I took a risk on and wasn't very happy with.
Hold on. Bud Soda made a mistake. I need to mark this down on my calendar. Hold on. What is today? Is today like the 8th or 9th? So Bud Soda made a mistake.
When he started explaining, he started saying like Instacart, DoorDash, this, that, I covered my ears like this. I said, oh my God, this guy with the stacked orders, going, picking up this one, coming back for this one, returning for this one.
I almost want to say that, but
I wonder why your
customer rating probably hurts
customers, dude.
Yeah, I was like, your customer rating has to hurt.
Karen, now because you're making people wait, bro.
So hold on. Let me say this. Bud Soda, I'm gonna give. What is your customer rating on the platforms right now? And then I'm gonna go to the next person.
4.9, 5.0, 4.75.
What's the 4.75? DoorDash?
Instacart, because of 2 Karens.
Oh, okay. Well,
those
aren't bad.
Just double batches where I didn't stack anything. So I don't want to hear it.
I've experienced by watching Dashers that when they dirty app that they usually have bad customer ratings, especially, and you know what is it? More Finance is the best for that. He has the shittiest customer ratings because he dirty apps the really bad way.
Yeah, he got deactivated. He got deactivated. So I want to get with Boy Bryce. If you can unmute your line and have a final word, Boy Bryce. Everybody. Go ahead.
I didn't have much to say. I was again here to support. Very good points from everybody. I'm not here to make anyone choose. As someone that was actually able to listen to the advice, have an open market, I was glad I was able to join the team and learn a lot so that I was able to increase my income. And again, my main only thing is you should, if it comes down to not just this decision, but any decision in general, why are you going to listen to someone else who has gone through it? You may have a completely different experience. So I would say just don't jump on the bandwagon and actually give it a try yourself. And if it doesn't work out for you, that's absolutely fine. Cool. Now you go on to other things, but then don't. I pretty much said my piece. At that point, I have nothing else to say. Glad to be a part of the show, guys. Wish you all the best. Have a good night.
Appreciate you coming in, man. Thank you. Jared, are you still with us? Let me see. Let me unmute. Jared, are you still with us?
I am.
Any final words?
Just taking it all in.
Any final words before I drop you and go to the next one?
Yep. No, absolutely. I would just say everyone here brought up some really, really good points, and obviously with DoorDash, we're constantly learning. We're trying to figure out the algorithm. Algorithm, I'm sure, is trying to figure us out one way or another. But just being a completely analytical guy, and this also came, from being part of the whole believing in the no tip, no trip, no delivering to miserable people, which I still, as a whole, I believe in that. Numbers tell a story.
Amen.
I
Amen.
think
Amen.
Rich put it best, So it's, I'd say Rich put it best. People lie, numbers don't. Numbers tell a story. I was skeptical, but the fact that we have people in multiple different markets, multiple different states across the entire country, everyone has had significant increases to their earnings and experience. It just leads me to believe, as playing devil's advocate, maybe there's something more here. Maybe there's something more worth exploring, and it's definitely worked for me. But at the same time, I want everyone to obviously draw their own conclusions. Different strategies are going to work in different markets. I know this is something that I believe will work across all markets, and it's okay, if non-top dasher, it doesn't work, if it works better for you to do it that way, do what works best for you. At the end of the day, it's like you always say, Pedro, betting on yourself one day at a time. I feel like this is a way that I can potentially bet on myself for me. So, I definitely wish everyone lots of luck. Appreciate you having me on here. I think this was great. I hope that we see more content like this across the YouTube sphere because, like I said, we don't have a lot of Top Dasher discussions, especially like this. So I think this is going to be really thought-provoking, definitely thought-provoking for myself, and I really hope everyone took a lot from this, and I'm excited to see if there's any variances in the future.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you. All right, the Money Boys.
Pedro,
are you with us? Go ahead. Hold on one second.
Let me go first. I got 2
Tony?
minutes.
Go ahead, Tony. Go ahead.
All right. So I'm picking up my last passenger of the day. So, and I'm cool. 2 minutes away. I will. One question: once you've got Top Dasher locked in, and you get the next month, and it's like your Top Dasher, until you get to the next set of 100, you say, what is your acceptance rate usually drop to before you start your 100 block for the next Top Dasher?
I would start it at 0. So I would prepare the night before and just decline everything to knock yourself to 0. So you don't have to use clickers and know where you are. Because if you started at 18%, it's going to be hard to know what 18% of 100 is and when they start dropping off, from your 100 block. So the best would be to decline everything to 0%, or just know that you can start at, say, 15 deliveries a day to go for 75%, and you can decline up to 5. If you want to go for 100%, then try and do 20 a day, and you're just knocking out the best 20. Sit in the smallest hot zone you can and sit the farthest away from it. That gives you the least amount of miles. That would be the best strategy so you don't catch bullshit going super far. And you guys know your markets. You know what corner of your city to sit in. You know what hot zone is smaller and has shorter things. So utilize that during that time. You're going to have to adjust yourself at the end of the month just a little bit, but getting it is great.
All right. So with that being said, Pedro, I will do a Top Dasher for September, I guess is what it will be for. And we'll roll with my wife because we do our Thursday vlogs, and we'll get some stats and see if it is really market to market or not.
Hey man,
you mind sharing your like the last few weeks, like what you made?
Well, hold on. Let me get with Tony real quick. Yeah. Tony, I appreciate that. I'm gonna, if you could somehow email me, or I don't know, I'll put my phone number up here. I don't think you have my number. That way we could kind of just chat about it. My phone number is on the screen. I don't know if you could see that or not. Or
are you talking to me, Pedro?
Yeah. So if you're gonna do this,
I'll just text the phone number I do have because I have one in here.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
But I got to drop off now. I'm at View House picking up the last person's.
Appreciate you, Tony. Talk to you later, brother.
And you had the Top Dasher for the last couple of weeks, I'm assuming.
Yeah, me? You're saying?
Yeah.
So here, I was trying to show you my stats on this. So this week I made $900. I worked 25 hours and I did 70 deliveries. So I feel like that's a good rating compared to 70 deliveries to $900. My average is pretty good there. And then only working 25 hours to get $900 is pretty good. I can go back to a week when, I mean, I guess I'll need to show you here so you guys can see it.
Oh, you could say
it was kind of blurry when I pulled this up, but
hold up, guys. Hold on. Can I stop for a second? Hold up. All in with Ari. This is a channel I plugged earlier. She said, "This is so cool. This channel has blown up. It's not gig related. I can't believe she's here. It's an amazing channel. Go check it out. Appreciate you for coming in. Thank you. Go ahead, Sin City."
I was trying to show the dash and active time. Now I know a lot of you guys look at dash time, but I don't look at dash time. I look at active time.
Yeah, active time. No, dash time.
My active time is 25:44. You can't see it on there, but even my dash time that says 38:34.
See that? Hold on. Let me stop you there. I go by dash time because if I'm out, that's time. I don't.
All right. So here, check this out. I want to counter you with that one real quick. So if you were a W-2 worker and you woke up the morning, you took a shower and you drove to work, is that work hours?
What I'm saying is,
no. Hold on. Because that's
let me answer that. So if I have to go to work at 9 a.m., okay, and I wake up at 8, I take a shower. It only takes me 15 minutes to get to work. The amount of time in my life that I've allotted to work starts at 8, not 9.
Correct. It started at 8 o'clock because you had to wake up to even start going.
That's my point. So when I turn my app on, I'm going on dash time, not active. Because if I go off active time, I'm making like $45 an hour. So I don't go off. I don't go off that. I go off.
Here, what sucks about a W-2 when someone says I make X amount of dollars per day or whatever it is, or this is what I make $15 an hour. And it's like, well, hold on, do you? Because if you want to talk about dash time versus active time, well, your dash time as a W-2 is getting in your car, driving there, going on your 30-minute break you don't get paid for, leaving, going home, washing your clothes, thinking about W-2 bullshit. There's a lot more time than it is for a dasher where I could literally start work right now by just pressing this button. And I'm already up. I'm not on my phone. But, I'm already on work and I'm ready to go that quick. And I didn't have to do anything.
No, I get it. But for me, I just never, the whole active thing. Like if I got my app on for an hour and I only did one order and it was 15 minutes, it still took me an hour of actual time in the universe to make that money. That's how I look at it. It's a difference in opinion,
because I don't look at the dash time.
So I got my first. I already got my first banger. See, look, I still get shit. $3, 4.2 miles. So check this out. It's a Little Caesars, right? I'll prove right now. I can sign out and probably get this one right back because people are going to decline this. So it's like you can see that, right?
Hold on, they might not if they're a top dasher trying to get that 100%. They might not.
Right now they shouldn't be going for it. So right now I'm gonna sign out of my dash and just end that dash now.
No,
right?
I've done that. I've done that before, bro. That whatever the program does, it just resends it to you for some reason.
It resends it's like you had a +1 that you took it, and now when I sign in, there's a 0 on my account, and it's like, well, we need to
I did that with the catering order. I did that. Listen, you listening to me? I did that about 2 months ago with a catering order from Chipotle. I said, what the fuck is this then? 2 items. Click decline. And then Par gives me a notification like $45 paid. I said, what the fuck did I just do? Was it real though? Yeah. I said, what the hell did I just do? I quickly signed off. I signed back.
It had to have shown you as low as 650 or 625 for your market if it was under 4 miles.
It said like $8 and change, but
825, 5.1 miles.
I declined it, whatever.
Yeah.
But I after the par came in and said, well, big number. I said, holy shit! I unassigned.
You signed out.
I went back in and I received that same order back.
So Ron, one of the dashers out here, got a double stack Raisin Canes. It was $4. So when they stack it, they take 50 cents off it, and a stack looks like $4 instead of say $5, $2.50. So Ron literally took this at like 11 o'clock at night, and he just kept signing back in to give it to himself. He took it from $4.50 all the way up to $14.50, and then a dasher thought it was a good stack, and they grabbed it. They looked at the order and realized that there was no tip. It was just all base pay maybe, or they just didn't want to take it. So they unassigned it, and it split the orders up into 7 and 7. So they both looked good, and they both went to his phone again, and then they restacked them again, and he pushed it all up to like $16.50 or some shit in 30 minutes or 15 minutes of just throwing it back and forth.
I think some of these things, and I want to get the Money Boys to have a last word before I continue. I think a lot of these things, in my opinion, is a matter of circumstance, coincidence. I think some of us can say, well, it's this, it's that, it's that. I think there's a lot of coincidence.
There's a lot of
speculation. I think, at the end of the day, we got to have customers that order. You got, there's a lot of variables that as drivers we cannot control. We can't control how many people are ordering and at what time. We can't control how many people turn the apps on in our market at the same time. I think there's a lot of that.
And who orders what, and
who orders what at what time. There's a lot of that. So the Money Boys, you want to chime in and have a last word, my friend?
Yeah, I'll say a little last word. Shout out to you, Pedro. Y'all running the show. I see you doing your thing. I respect entrepreneurs, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, like I said, I'm not trying to convince nobody to do Top Dasher. If you don't want to do Top Dasher, cool. As long as you're getting your money, man. Everybody get their money, man. Stay out the way. If it works for you, cool. What I eat don't make you shit. What you eat don't make me shit. So it's like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's no trying to force feed you and throw this down your throat. Whether you like it or not, cool. You know what I'm saying? Just get your money, man. Whatever works for you, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to
I like this. I like it, man. I gotta see you more on this channel. Do you have a channel, or do you out there just making your money, brother?
I'm just making my money. I was thinking about doing the channel, with driving and other things. I'm not just going to base it on driving. I'm going to have real live talks, mental preparedness.
Yeah. You know what? I would highly recommend you do that. I'm a big advocate. Now, most people that have YouTube, it's hard to make money on YouTube. It is. But if you're thinking about it and you feel like you could offer some kind of value and or entertainment, I'm telling you, get your bag from Google. They pay you. I'll just say that, and you take it for what it's worth, my friend. So.
For sure.
I just think people are gonna, that are gonna be going for these programs. They're gonna be burning themselves. They're gonna be burning their vehicles. Not even really. Look. Wait. In the end, some might see better results, but a lot of people are gonna have negative results on that. From just what I'm thinking. Because they're going to be taking a lot of those crappy orders. They're not going to make, nowhere near enough money to where they want to make, and the gas is expensive. That gas is still expensive.
Yeah. Even worst case scenario, if you got 100 orders a row at $250, you'd make $250 for the week. Even if every single delivery was 10 miles, you do 1,000 miles.
Like today, they spend me literally maybe 6-7 orders in a row that had about 10 miles behind it with $4 or $5 payout. There's no way that somebody could take that, or even if
well, this is why the algorithm adds money, because you guys know we're a pretty good community of people knowing not to accept stuff that you see. 250s make their way up to $5-6, and then it makes it worth it for $1 a mile or 2 miles.
I never see $2 that will go up to $6. Once they decline at $2,
well, that's me too. I don't look at any of it. I'm just positive, so I don't even, if it doesn't say 650, I'm declining it because it's not hidden.
And last time I've seen, when me and my buddy were passing orders around, they don't go up. They stay the same.
They'll add money to them. They will.
Let me get JP's Gig Corner. Would you like a final word, my friend?
Yeah. I appreciate this whole conversation because it is interesting. I think there is some just happenstance, but I also know that this data that they use, all these companies are becoming experts, and that's really the only thing they're an expert at. They're simply brokers putting us together with the restaurant and the customer. That's what they do. All right. So it's all, and the data is a big deal. I can just tell you that I didn't make any more money when I did 100 in a row, just anything that came to the phone. I made less money doing that than I made when I went back to cherry picking. Now, what I didn't do, what I don't know is this was like a year and a half ago.
They're always perfecting their app. That's the problem. That's the problem. See,
and because of all this metadata, it's I like to almost call it sentient. It's getting smarter. It knows you better than you know you right now.
Yeah, but how? What is DoorDash going to implement next month? Are they going to change the DoorDash payout next month? What's going to change? That's the problem.
I've noticed what they do is they try and get rid of
everything. It's always
they try and get rid of the negative energy out of their company. So when the whole decline now came through and we were all making $3 base pay, they said, well, the best way to fuck all these people is just lower the base pay because they'll be negative enough. They'll walk away. And
well,
it
the
worked.
whole decline
A
now
lot
is
of those
because the
people-
transparency, because they're not showing, still decline all the low ball.
Yeah, well,
offers,
I will say this: if they're trying to get rid of negative whatever and talk, I should have been kicked off the door. I should have been deactivated at some point, and many other gig tubers, and I don't see that happening. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, but hold on, but there is
I
a
don't
large
think he's talking about that
percentage.
negativity.
There's a large percentage of people that said, well, if it's going to go from 3 to 2, they instantly just made that mental block and wall, and they're like, I'm done with that one. Instacart seems better, and then they're like, well, damn, look, Flex seems better. No, now it looks like this one, and everybody's just jumping to the next one. Oh, Deliver, that's the next best one. People just ride the bandwagon.
Oh yeah, Spark is hot right now with the promotions.
Exactly.
And,
so people will say Spark's better. Why are you driving for DoorDash? Why are you driving for DoorDash? Uber X is way better than that. Why do you do Uber X? I do multi-apping. Why don't you do multi-apping? I do one.
It's always something, right?
I look at it this way. Why don't we all go to the library and read a book on how to make $5 million a day? It's out there, but none of us do.
Well, you gotta have that. You gotta have a certain mindset.
I can just Google it.
The last thing I would say is I do believe that all of these apps need to do what Pedro said from the beginning. A 5.0 rating is much more valuable than a 75% acceptance rate to the health of the entire system. I'm not talking about just just one particular month. I'm saying if I give 5.0 service, which is what mine is, right? And over time, that DoorDash is better served, and I get this, on all of the apps that I work regularly. It's really simple. I have on Shipt, I have 100 preferred customers. I can do most of what I do on Shipt is preferred members. It's people that are using me over and over and over again. I have some customers that I make a couple $100 a week on. I'm going to keep taking them every time I get them. Okay. Sure. The problem is this week, Shipt decided to change kind of how they handle that distribution of people, which is kind of which really sucks. But that's a story for another day. But I do agree with Pedro. That top number needs to come into play with them, because that is what's going to harm them more than anything else. Is that when people don't care and they don't treat it, they don't put it in a hot bag, and they go and take 25 minutes to get to even though it's there, let's say you're not supposed to be there for 25 minutes, keep that food in your car for 25 minutes, and it's not very good. Just like 15 minutes on a catering order. I spent 45 years in the restaurant business. Believe you me, if that order sits around for 15 or 20 minutes before you get there to pick it up as a driver, I guarantee you it's not as good as it's not going to get delivered as good.
I don't like any delivery food. I'll be honest. I drive a car, so I'll go get my food. I
understand that, and same here. But when you're doing catering orders, it is really important that everything, if nothing else, you get there early. Okay.
DoorDash is good about the catering because they're pre-done like a day before or 2 days before, and it pops up on our phone knowing it's a catering, and they've given enough time for the restaurant to prepare it and get you there on time. I feel like DoorDash does their best for the customer, and yes, as a driver, we might feel like we're getting screwed at times, but we can really, like this guy says, we're overanalyzing data, and I believe to a point we may be, because a lot of it is conjecture. But when we tell someone else that, hey, this is what I've seen, try it in your market, and then one and one come together, it's like, well, hold on, that's part of their algorithm though, and that's what I'm interested in right now, and trying to bring to light that this algorithm is really here, and there's certain things that we can pick up from. We're humans, they're analyzing us, but yet we can change the data in that system by just doing certain things. And for me, I became a top dasher, and I went, holy shit, my orders changed.
And I'm like I said, I'm going to give it a shot and see. If I can get enough orders in that time frame. I just don't want to take.
There's one thing I want to say.
Take a bunch of $2.50 orders and drive 8 or 10 miles.
I don't think anybody does.
Orders, period. So
one thing I want to say though is like I said, Top Dasher is not the end all be all. You can still get Top Dasher, and you can still have shitty numbers. You need to know how to identify hidden tips. That's the biggest game. And I know Flex knows how to do it. I know how to do it. Pedro knows how to do it.
And I do too. I know.
And if you do, I would love to talk with you while we dash together. That's what's cool about Discord, is we can be in calls together and dashing together and be talking and communicating and sharing orders. And we share numbers, stats, item count, how many miles, what the order total is giving. And that's how Ron and I have broken this algorithm down, knowing
Man,
exactly
that sounds like a lot of work. I'm too lazy for all that, bro.
Well, you just gotta come hang out, just listen, like people are doing now. They're just hanging out. They've been listening for 2 hours and 45 minutes to this.
That's true. But I can't get down. Look, JP and Flex, I appreciate you guys coming in and sharing your perspectives. Flex, I'm still gonna say it. Nobody knows more about DoorDash than Flex. Nobody can fuck with Flex.
No one touches his numbers.
So nobody can make what he makes. It's just Flex is a machine. I don't even think he's human. I think he's from some planet. I know he's into all that, so I think he's some kind of alien or bot, but that's just my opinion.
Bro, I remember watching Flex's channel like almost a year ago where he went and dropped his phone. Actually, he had something swing down and hit his phone and it cracked his screen. Do you remember when that happened like a year ago, Flex? And we had to go get a new phone at Best Buy.
Shopping and
it hit the corner of the fucking edge of something or the counter and it cracked his screen. And I remember I was broke at this point. I wasn't making and he's like, fuck it, I'll just go to the store and go buy $1,000 phone right now.
Yeah,
I was like,
dude, Flex has got
this dude. You inspired the shit out of me,
us,
bro.
yeah.
Now I look at myself like a year later and I'm like, I make good money on it now. I could go buy $1,000 phone tomorrow also.
Sure. That's same, man. Same. So
hey,
JP Flex,
if you could afford it, you could do it, bro.
Get it. Yeah.
Appreciate you guys. I'm gonna wrap this
like
up.
The cars, bro. If you could afford it, just buy it. Don't put yourself into like a monthly payment thing. Like if you could afford it, just get it.
Oh, I believe that. Flex, JP, I appreciate you. I'm gonna wrap this up with Richard. I appreciate you guys coming in. Thanks, guys.
Guys, take care.
Everyone, have a good night.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, JP. All right. Listen, this has been a long time. I thought I was gonna bring City Deliveries on, so shout out to that channel. Check them out. Even if you don't agree with what he's saying, hey, it's still entertaining. Listen, a lot of people watch me, they hate me, so either way, go check him out. He's, he could offer some kind of value, whether it's entertainment or actual facts. But I expected us to talk for about 30 minutes, and we've basically been going for 2.5 hours. So that's a sign of a good conversation.
Good content is what it is. It was much needed to be said. And we'll have future ones of these as new Top Dashers come in. And the new data that's going to come rolling through will be great for all the people that are on the fence, people that don't care, people that are going to want to care a month from today. It's going to be, we're changing lives here, and it's very cool to see.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think that, like you said earlier, a lot of us, we like to talk crap on each other. We do this, we do that. None of us, and I'll say this as we're coming down to the end. None of us know everything. Nothing's absolute, I think, in the gig game, right? You have to be, each market's going to be different. Nothing's 100%, right? Because we're battling an algorithm. We got customers, you got this, you got that, you got merchants. But just make it your own. Make as much as you can. In my opinion, make as much as you can with these apps and figure out what you're working towards, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, figure out what you're working towards, stack your money, get your money, whatever that means to you, personalize it, right? Try different things. Don't be willing to adapt and take some calculated risk, but make your money. And I think that, Richard seems to be doing that out in Vegas with his TMB boys and his Discord. And at the end of the day, I like to connect with people that I feel are helping in some way, whatever it's, even if it's a different way than mine. He brought on a few people on this channel, guys. That's real, Adam and Big Boy. Those are actual people.
States. Idaho, Virginia. We got people in tech. Like, it's cool.
So those are actual people. Those are actual people. He didn't just bring, these are human beings that are seeing some benefit and they're making it their own. You have to make the best decision for you. I'm still no tip, no trip. I don't deliver scumbags. I can't do $3 orders. I'm too old. I'm too petty. I just cannot do it. That's just me. Not even for 2 days a month. I'd be too miserable for those 2 days. I got to come home to my kid. Like, I'm good. Right.
It's fair. Like I said, it's mental fortitude to get through Top Dasher. So you you got to have some discipline during that. Cause like I said, it will piss you off for sure right here.
Yeah. There's no way. Hey man, I appreciate you coming on. Definitely stay in connection with you. Check out your videos. If you say something crazy, I'll say something. If I say something crazy, you call me out. It's all good. But I appreciate you coming on the channel and I look forward to seeing what you do next. All right, man.
Awesome. Thank you for having me here. Everybody that hung out with us tonight, appreciate you guys being here today. All you Top Dashers, get your money, and all you non-Top Dashers, get your money too, because we're all doing the same job at the very end of the day.
Yep. Facts, man. Talk to you later, bro. Thanks.
Appreciate it.
All right. Now listen, the chat was on fire tonight. I appreciate you guys. I don't know if I'm going to do an order. I might. If you guys want to stick around, I might order some. I'll let you guys decide. But interesting conversation. The chat was all over the place. I think a lot of people are still like, I'm not doing it. What I like is we probably have I would say 100 different markets, 20 or 30 different cities in this live chat right now. We have people like Flex and Driven Dad. Well, I'm speaking from my experience. Tony, the Driven Dad, said, hey, me and my wife had, she was top dasher or I was top dasher and she was getting better and she's not a top dasher. So the perspectives are going to be varying. And I think it's fluid. I think there's a lot of coincidence sometimes. I remember the first time I got to a 5.0 rating, right? I woke up, I was a 5.0 rating. That next, my first 2 or 3 orders were bangers. And I was like, oh, well, I'm 5.0. They're sending me good orders. And I remember I had like a $40 order, $20 order. Probably coincidence. Right place, right time, right? Who knows, right? I was closest to the merchant, because once I accept an order, I don't drive a lot. It's very short. So I believe in being in good spots and knowing your market, right? So who knows? I think at the end of the day, a lot of people will say, hey, it's just food delivery. You guys are overthinking it. Hey, it is what it is. But I will say this, some of the people that are overthinking it and maybe taking a job too serious or whatever, they're making money. And don't we all want to make money? Don't we all get up? That's what we do. We live in this country. That's what it's about, right? Like we got to make money to do whatever, put food on the table, to start this, to do that. So at the end of the day, you're going to get what you put out. You're going to get out of it what you put into it. Is there maybe some over analyzing? Possibly. But you gotta do what works for you. Do I sometimes overanalyze, finding the hidden tips, doing it? Yeah, but you know what? I can still make good money with the apps most days. I just can, right? So it's definitely an interesting conversation because y'all know I clown like a top dashers. Oh, you got to do this, you got to do that. But I've never been one, so I wanted to bring people in that have had it. They can share their experience. You make it your own, right? Because at the end of the day, nobody that has a YouTube channel knows everything. Not one of us. There's probably 100, if not 200 gig channels. Nobody knows everything. I include myself in that. I include Richard in that. I include Flex in that. Whoever, right? We don't know everything. We can speak from our experience. We could generally find certain things out. The hidden tip indicator, I've helped thousands of people with that. That I know, but I don't know everything about the algorithm. I don't make it. I'm not a coder. I'm not a computer engineer. I'm not a scientist. I don't work for DoorDash. So none of us can know or really guarantee anything, but we can speak from our experience and try to help people along the way. Because in my opinion, you should not be working these gig apps for very long. That's just me. I think 1% or less can work them for 5 years or more and sustain it and be happy, right? So 99% of us should not be and won't be working these apps for five years or more on a full-time basis, or even on like a really, for 20, 25 hours a week, whatever, right? That's just my opinion. So I appreciate everybody coming in. I think I might order some. Listen, we just had like a superstar in here. Y'all don't even know the ALLinWithari. Listen, her channel's been blowing up. I think that was her that said something. That's crazy. So shout out to her. And she doesn't do gig stuff, so I'm not sure how she found this, but it was a good conversation tonight, guys. It was a good conversation. We still have 333 people in here. What a show tonight. Now, let's shift focuses a little bit. Okay, what time is it? It's 11:52 in my market. I know y'all love the live show. I think John McKillian was going to go live like 8 minutes from now. And if I do a live delivery, then, that's going to postpone his show. So what do you guys want to do? I'm going to chill for like 20 seconds, read the comments. Should we order? Should we place an order? Should we not? Do you guys want to see that? Will you guys stay and watch that? I know you guys like that experience because it's always something, right? It's always something. So let's see. This is a blockbuster video. Great stuff. Appreciate you, Jaywalk, my man, my dear friend, Sam. You should order through DoorDash. Order, please. Delivery, live delivery. Let's go. I know you guys are going to want that. I guess I can just do a 3.5 hour stream. Is that what we're going to do? Excuse me. I do feel like I'm going to have to break up and edit down some of the conversations we had and just put it out so that people don't have to watch a 3.5 hour deal. I'll have to figure out how to do that. But live delivery. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a small smoke break, potty break, air break, whatever. Don't leave. I will be back. Everybody we're going to take 2 minutes. I'll come back. We'll do an order. What I want you guys to do is hit the thumbs up. So if you've been watching all this time, hit the thumbs up for your boy. Appreciate you guys. I'm trying to give you guys good content, different stuff, bring in different people with different opinions. And I'd say most of, it was about split tonight as far as people that were Streamyard link, right? Coming in with different opinions, different thoughts, whatever, right? So time out. That dude's mic was killing myself. What up, Gig Wise? All right, so we're gonna do 2-minute break. When I come back, we're gonna do an order. Hit the thumbs up on the way in. What's up, y'all? All right. Still got 280 people in here. All right. If y'all want to rock with me, we'll do an order real quick. So let's see. Pedro pops up from the bottom of the screen. What up, y'all? Though that sucks. Yeah. Sure. I'll play the way to the end. Okay, hold on. I got to check my phone. It's been blowing up. Driver Sensei, I saw your comment. Facts. You already know. But listen, I can't hate on it. So, but I hear what you're saying. Let's see. I think I saw a ghoul. Oh, was there a ghost in here? People like, now, where did I leave my car? Jody, what up? You remember that? I think you're referencing. Yeah, that was crazy. Make sure you order so the metadata knows what you want. What up, Yost? I see you tonight, Yost. I appreciate y'all for sticking around on this conversation. I definitely wanted to have him on, and I think it was a good conversation. I think some of you might not have liked it. It's whatever, but I think, some of you guys got something from it, even if you don't agree or, it makes for good content. It makes for good conversation. So how many thumbs up do we have? Let me see. I'm only going to place an order if we've got the appropriate amount now. I'm going to do it either way. Let's see what we got. How many thumbs up we got in this bad boy? Let's take a look. I hope we got a decent amount for people coming in here tonight. Ooh, dang. Y'all blessed me with 218 thumbs up. Appreciate y'all. All right. So when did you place an order? I think I did Uber Eats last time. So I'm going to do DoorDash tonight. We're going to see what we got. I think I got to check my phone. Let me see. I respect everyone. He was saying, yeah, I mean, listen, I will. There are some people that spew nonsense on YouTube, and I think they're just like ridiculous. I don't think Richard's ridiculous. I just don't. So I'll have those people on. If I think you're like a clown or like too goofy or just whatever or doing too much or whatever, I can't listen. But I could talk to Richard. Okay, so let's see. Let's open up the DoorDash app. Okay, there it is. And let's see what we got here. Nope, I don't need that. Our options are going to be limited, guys. I will say that. Okay. Let's see. 76 Red Pill. What up? I've been waiting over a year for a shipped in my area. That's crazy. Okay. Gig-wise, are you still out? Are you by a restaurant? If I order, well, maybe you can get the order and you bring it to me. What do you say? I don't know. Maybe that'll work. Okay. $2 Tony. All right. All right, let's see. Late night cravings. We got IHOP. I tried that before. That was a debacle. Last time with Taco Bell. Oh, excuse me, it's way past your boy's bedtime. Y'all have no idea. Let's see. What should I get? Any suggestions, guys? We got IHOP, Taco Bell, IHOP, White Castle. I got White Castle, I think, last time, didn't I? Or 2 times ago? Hardee's? Nah. I haven't ordered Taco Bell in a while. What do you guys think? Since City Deliveries made for a great debate, the Kool-Aid was calling me. I love it, man. Hey, do you? At the end of the day, do you? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start calling individuals clowns versus a group of people. I think that's more mature, right? I'll call individuals clowns versus just a whole group of people. I think that's better. What do you guys think? Nova, listen, bro. Baja Blast. You and the Baja Blast, man. I love it. Denny's, Taco Bell might make you ill. Nah, it's not that bad. It doesn't tell me what location. Let me see. Let me open up the Taco Bell thing here. Open now, closes at 1:30. What time is it? It's 12 o'clock. I'm going to order Taco Bell. No delivery fee. It says 32-minute delivery time. We can do that. Let's see. What are we going to get? Let's see. Crunchwrap Supreme. Nah. It's going to be a small order, guys. It's going to be a small order. Let's see. I almost want to continue to order on Uber Eats because they hide tips and people just don't understand it, but it is what it is. I'll stop being petty. Pedro, where did you buy the hard mount? Oh, hold on. Great question, Pedro. Where did you buy the hard mount? Dude, you got Basota. So we have a local. I got to start looking at this. I'm like, we have a local. I'm losing my train of thought. A local grocery chain called Schnucks. That's where I got it. It was on an end cap. I had never seen it anywhere before, and I picked it up. So, yeah. Send me your address, bro. I'll buy one for you. If you can't find it in your area, I'll buy it and ship it to you, man. Okay, let's see. What are we gonna get? Let's just get a couple tacos. Why not? Let me see. Lord, this app is like, what? Okay, there it is up top. What the hell? Is my phone gonna die? No, we're good. Is it gonna die? No, we're good. Okay. We go from a conversation to me ordering food. Sauce packets. I can order. Did you know you can order 100 sauce packets on Taco Bell? I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna prove it to you right now. Look at this. I think this is stupid. It's absurd. I'm gonna show you guys something real quick, just because I got the time. Shout out to the 280 still watching. 282. Appreciate y'all. Hit the thumbs up on the way in. Don't be a clown. Hit the thumbs up. Look at this. Look at. You know what? No, I'll be a child. I'll be immature for a minute. Look, you can order 69. Look at that. Look at those sauce packets. That's crazy. All right, now I got to go back down. Okay. Let's go there. And yes, I have it. I have the live feed on my phone because sometimes I got to send links and communicate. So that's why you saw my face. I know a couple that order some sauce. Yeah, it's crazy, right? 100 free sauce packets. It's crazy. You should never have to do that. I'm gonna order some Diablo sauce. I like the hot stuff. We'll order 3 of those. We'll leave that in there. I'm gonna add it to the cart. $0, right? And now let's go ahead and order. Let's go to the tacos. Let's get we got a cantina taco. I don't know what that's about, but we don't need that. Green burrito, no. Cravings value menu. Listen, let's be cheap tonight. I ain't trying to order all that. Let's see. Let's order that. Okay, let's get that. Get one of those. Let's get a cheesy roll-up. Never sounds or looks good. Has anybody ever had a cheesy roll-up? It just seems there. Let's get a let's get one of those. Okay, and let's get I love the cinnamon. I can't do that though. Let's get a order of, you know what? I think that'll be good. Okay. This is not going to be a big order. And I don't need a drink. I'm not getting a Baja Blast. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Nova. Okay, they are fire. Yost Malone says, what's fire? The cheesy roll up? It's just cheese and tortilla. I'm good. I better start declining down to 0. What up, Drew? Yeah, we got to talk, Tony, because I think that could I think we need to have other markets that try something similar, right? Because we have to be able to do it for ourselves. And I think Tony's a perfect guy to do that because him and his wife, Lisa, both work the gig apps. So they could, get some good data for us out in Colorado, right? I believe that's where you're at. Pretty sure. Denver, Colorado. Okay, so let me see. Oh man, I always get nervous when I'm ordering food. I don't know why. I feel like the pressure that I need to do it really quickly for you guys. All right, let's just get. Want to get? Ooh, that looks pretty tasty, but I'm not doing that. Okay, focus, Pedro. Focus. ADD's kicking in. All right, focus. Tacos. Come on, there we go. And let's do one of these. Let's do one of those. Yep, that'll work. It's crazy how the prices are more than if you go get it yourself. Good Lord. Okay, let's go to our cart. Let's go continue. Leave it at my door. Please leave on the table. I think I like to meet the driver. That's what you guys like, right? You want me to take it outside with my phone and the Streamyard link and meet the driver. I'll do it. So let's go hand to me. Let's hit update. Okay, they have the express delivery option, which saves me maybe 10 minutes. I'm going to do that because, listen, time is money, right? So we're going to add an extra $1.99 to that. All my information is there. Look at the default tip. $2. That's crazy. That I know I'm only ordering it's $17.47 now with the extra, with the tax, I think, and the tip. But man, $2, man. I'm not tipping $2. I mean, come on, that's crazy. Request Top Dasher. What up? Yeah. Taco Bell was closed last time. I know. Hope they're not. I know. Hey, if they're closed, they're closed. But this one said 1:30. It could be coming from a different one. Let's go ahead and hold on here. Let's see. Oops. Okay, let's go ahead and hit continue. And hit place order. There we go. Orders placed. All right. Now we can talk for a little bit, guys. And I'll keep you guys updated as to what is happening with the order. Now, let's just chat about life and love. How about that? No tip, no trip all day. Y'all know me. 1 hour later. I hope it doesn't take an hour. I think it's going to take 30 minutes. What time is it? 12:06. I think we will have food by 12:36. Praying hand emojis in the chat for that, please. All in with, what's this say? All in with Ari saw my comment on her video tonight. I let her know you shouted her out on her chat. Oh, that's what's up, Don. Cool, that's what's up. Because you brought her in here. Yeah, tell her to come back. I'll bring her in the Streamyard. She lives a different life. She lives in her car. I think she definitely has a story about that. So maybe I'll get her on this channel one day. I don't know. She's busy. Her channel's blowing up. It's crazy. She's gonna have 100,000 subscribers in probably a couple weeks. It's impressive. Okay. Let's see. Anyone else selected? Pedro's asked Richard if he wasn't in the DoorDash council. Oh, I doubt it. I should have. I don't know. I didn't think about that question though. I subbed to her channel. Gigwise, listen, a lot of people have subbed to her channel. I think that I will. I think that I will probably have him on, and I will definitely gonna have like Lisa and or Tony on. From the Different Dad after September or something to kind of talk again and see. Let's share some more data. Let's just have a conversation. Because at the end of the day, I think we have to be able to talk about like the real things that are happening in our markets and share ideas and whatever, right? And some of us might say, you guys are overthinking it. Yeah, I'll say this. Anybody can make money with DoorDash or do whatever. But if you want to make money, like more money, you have to give it a little bit of thought. I think that's with any job, right? Anybody can play basketball. Anybody can go out there and take a ball in their hands and shoot it, right? But if you want to be good at it, you got to put the time and the effort in, don't you? You got to practice. You got to learn your things. You got to learn your opponent, right? You got to put the time and effort in. You got to maybe get a coach. You got to train. And listen, maybe that's a bad analogy, but what I'm saying is if you put time and effort into anything, who cares if some people say, you're thinking too much. It's just food delivery. At the end of the day, I make a living. I bought a house with YouTube and food delivery. So I feel pretty good about that. And some might say I'm overthinking it. I'm fine with that. I'm good, right? So definitely had these guys back on. John says, I was supposed to make the NBA. Listen, bro. We got to hoop together one day. We'll play a game of horse because I know I can beat you one-on-one, but we'll play horse. Maybe you can beat me at horse. I'll say that. Treat it like your biz. Yeah, facts. Okay, so let's see. Taco Bell is preparing your order. Your Dasher. Look at that already. Dasher's heading to my store. Justin. So we got somebody that accepted it. Let me go ahead and zoom in and see where this order is coming from. Hold on, guys. It's asking me about a double dash. Okay, great. So as you see here, they're already very close. This order is coming from the the South Grand Taco Bell. This is a fantastically ran Taco Bell. I love this Taco Bell. I do a lot of business with them. As you see, he's right down the street. So this is going to get here pretty quick, I think. This says arrives between 12:21 12:26. So I should get it before. I paid an extra $1.99 for express delivery. So even if it's stacked, I should get it first. And as you see with the icon of, this is actually basically he's going to pick it up on Grand. He's going to go down. He's going to make a right on Gravois. He's going to go straight. He's going to make a right on Kings Highway. He's going to get right to my house. So love it. Appreciate the $5. Hey, so I recently tried to pursue Top Dasher last month. Despite hitting every single mark for it, DoorDash still didn't give it to me. That's crazy. The Vampire 3 night. That's crazy. Scam? ? Who knows? It's market specific is the best I could say. Maybe there's too many there. Maybe the algorithm only wants so many Top Dashers. Who knows? But there are definitely a lot of different types of criteria you have to meet. So double check that to make sure. Jared, I see your private chat. Appreciate you, man. All right. Serge, what up, Serge? Pedro, Sergio here. Data is everything. He doesn't have enough of it. When he does, it would be a good discussion. His claims cannot be statistically proven. Possible. Serge, we definitely got to get together, man. I would love to do a collab with you. I know I'll be coming on the Right Shirt Guy, you and Chris's thing to kind of talk about gig conference and stuff, but definitely would love to do something with you, man. And definitely need to have you on at that next. Start talking to Harry now. I need to get you at that next conference, brother. In 10 to 12 months from now, probably actually 9 to 11 months from now. Love to have your perspective and talk about the gig app from a rideshare perspective. So definitely we're going to have to collab on that, man. You just gave directions to your house. Jody, I ain't worried about it. Listen, not worried at all. I didn't get my address, so I don't care. Okay, let's see. So they're still there. Dasher waiting for your order. So I'll bring Sergio with me. Cool. You got my word. Nice. What Sergio say? Hold up. You got my word. I would love to have you there, man. Yeah, facts. Let's see. I'll bring Sergio with me in the same market. Nice. Cool. Yeah, you guys are both in Cali, right? I've got some to jump ship. They approached me about it. What are you talking? I don't know what that means. He gave Tony's address. Yeah, where's Tony live? Tony's out in San Francisco or something, isn't he? In some mansion or something like that. It's crazy. Okay, so let's put this banner up for live order time. So shout out to the 265 still watching. Appreciate y'all. This is an extended director's cut of the live show, but that conversation was good and organic, and I didn't want to stop people from talking and all that. So I figured let's keep talking about that topic. So I thought it was really good. So, and I think it proves people can get together that disagree about something and put feelings to the side and just talk about their experience and share ideas and say good things, say bad things, whatever. We all do it. Nobody's perfect in this YouTube space. Nobody knows everything, but we can get together and chat about it. We all do this for a living. We make money doing it, right? And I can recognize when somebody is actually cares and wants to try to help some people in their market, and I do it my way and other people do it their way, and that's fine, right? Okay, let's see. Appreciate that. Let's see. Do you get to save a copy of the stream in Streamyard? Do you get to save a copy of it? Oh, you know what? I'm not sure. I have to look into that. I think so. And I think I could, I'm not sure why you're asking, but I think I can maybe edit it from there. And I'm not sure. I think I can. It's a great question. Late night with @Pedro. Yeah. So John, are you live right now, John? Maybe you are. I'm not sure, but oh, hold on. I got this question here. Pedro, been considering rideshare. What would you say compared to Uber Eats? Great question. Listen, it's going to be market specific. I recommend if you have a vehicle that's eligible for rideshare and you already have Uber Eats, sign up. Sign up. It gives you opportunities. If you're in an area where there's sporting events, music events, whatever, the surges and things, the promotions, sign up for it. Try it. I would definitely say that. If you don't care about having strangers in your car, and I definitely would recommend being safe, and it's a whole nother kind of thing. But I love rideshare. I'm not gonna go lie. Like if I can only do one thing, I probably would pick rideshare. Because in my market I can make good money, and I like picking people up. I love the experiences, meeting new people. 99.9% of my passengers have been really good passengers. I've had a few knuckleheads, but you're going to have that with anything that you do, any kind of job. But I really like rideshare. I'm not going to lie. I do. It's from my experience. So I hear my market is oversaturated with drivers. While it's not a very safe town either, would cherry picking be best in this market or going for, if you're oversaturated, I don't know. Try both, man. But I would say cherry picking for me and being selective has worked for me. In my market, I believe if you're in a busy area, you'll get enough good orders and you can still make your money and not drive as many miles and not deal with as many miserable people. So I do recommend that. So take that for what it's worth. Okay, let's see. Website. I don't know what that is. Whoa, somebody. Oh, yeah. 25 videos, 73,000. What? I don't know who that is, but. So Dasher's still waiting. Dasher waiting for an order. Okay. I'm going to send him a text just saying thanks for waiting, because I think that sometimes, might keep that Dasher from staying and not dropping it. I hate texting. Thanks for waiting. Real simple text. I ain't going to blow up this guy's phone. Just a simple thank you goes a long way in life. Keep it simple, I say, right? Okay. It's a bootleg stream. Daniel, what up? How you doing, man? Probably in the drive-thru. Yeah, I think so, definitely. If that was my Taco Bell, I'd be 20. Sometimes you need that responsiveness. Yeah. Blow up his phone like a clingy girlfriend. Hey, some dudes are just as clingy as women, man. Trust me, they are. Dasher Justin is sending another order on Uber. Yeah, maybe. It's possible, I guess. Yeah, it was a good conversation, right? And listen, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, right? I'm going to continue to try to push the envelope and have different types of content for you guys and bring in different kind of people, different conversations, because at the end of the day, listen, I got a lot of videos. We do live every Sunday. I want to change it up every once in a while and offer something a little bit different. And some of you guys will like it and some of you won't, but that's fine. But, I don't want to have just the same old show. So, I'm glad he was able to come on. So, okay, let's see. Let's check the phone line. Oh, Lord, phone is blowing up. Who sent me this? Apparently that's what gets it. Yeah. Yeah, I hear that. Okay. Sorry, guys. So if you guys were texting me earlier, it was hard to get update. Okay, yeah. Senior Pedro is the boy hotline open. Oh, I don't know who that was. So sorry. So for those of you that texted me earlier, I'm sorry if I missed it. It's hard. Got the two phones going. You got the, I'll definitely read all those later. So, so I will read this comment from somebody. They texted at 9:22. So this is right before we brought in City Deliveries, Richard. Pedro, I also work in a Vegas market, specifically Henderson. I'm a cherry picker when I do Uber Eats and DoorDash and can average 20 to 25 an hour on that and 30 plus an hour on Walmart Spark. I don't see being a top dasher being worth it here. Too many low paying and high mileage orders here to deal with this summer heat. To each their own, though. Yeah, facts, man. Ooh, yeah, but you know what? I'm reading this comment about the channels. Yeah, but who knows? But just because of that doesn't mean that they can't have an abusive boyfriend or girlfriend. Anyway, I'm talking about channels that live in their car and have this large subscriber base. I hear you though. I hear you. But I would hope people wouldn't do, lie, right? And I don't get that vibe from her. I like her channel. Listen, I think she's cool. I like her vibe. I think she's cute. I think she's, I love when people just make a channel and successful. I think that's a good thing. I think people making money, getting their bag from Google, I recommend it. Listen, I'm working on my bag every single day and I'm helping people. So like for me, it's the best of both worlds. Like when I get that Google AdSense check, I love it. I'm proud of that because I feel like I'm getting money and I'm not working. I'm spending time doing things, but it's not work to me, right? So I highly recommend people making channels. If you can offer some kind of value and you don't mind, figuring it out, I recommend it. Okay, this guy's on his way. Your dasher said to you with your, okay. I need to send, oh Lord, I got to send myself a link. I'm scrambling. Where's that link at? Hold on, y'all. Clip on that, copy. Okay. I need to go here. I need to go there. You guys about to see 2 Pedros for a minute. Okay, there we go. Got it. Let's paste it. Boom. Okay. Let's check out the DoorDash. Let's turn that off. There we go. Let's turn this on. Okay, they're coming. They're just a couple of minutes away, 4 minutes away. So let me go ahead and I'm going to Streamyard myself in. I'm going to take you guys outside with me. I got to turn my porch light, all that stuff on. And you guys will see this pickup. Let's see how it goes. And we're definitely going to get it. I said 12:36 would have been 30 minutes. This is going to be about 18 to 20 minutes on a late night delivery. Pretty good. Okay, let's go in there. Boom. Enter studio. Okay, let's go outside. Y'all ready? Let me see. Let me take this with me. All right. Hope y'all can you guys see? Yeah, okay. Wow. Forgot to bring myself in. Add to stream. There we go. I think we're good. Let's rock. I'm in to show y'all. Okay, let's see. He's almost here. Let's go this way. Hey, she's up. What's wrong? I know. We had a good show tonight. It went long. Sorry. Okay, y'all. Let's sit down. Can you guys see me? Is there enough light? There's a little bit of light. Okay, I think we're good. Let's see. They're almost here. Let's take a look here. Let's check the comments. What you guys? My AR was ready. Double Pedro. What up? Yeah. It's really dark though, isn't it? You guys can see me. You can see my shiny forehead, the big forehead right there. What up, Sino? Appreciate you, man. Fastest delivery yet. Yeah, this was fast. This was the fastest one yet, I think. I think you're right about that. It says, Justin is approaching with your order from Taco Bell. You have to meet him at the door. Can't see. You guys see me? There we go. That's better, right? You can see me good? There we go. I think that's a little bit better. How are your dogs liking the new house? Porky 90, they love it. They got their own backyard now. Pedro, I'm up north of you, maybe 35 minutes. I'm staying up just to see this driver. I have inventory tomorrow. What up, Brooks? Appreciate that, Panic. Okay, so this was Justin. is the name, and $5 $5. So what? I ordered 3 or 4 Diablo sauces. Yeah, and I ordered 1, 2, 3 tacos or 4 tacos. No, yeah, 3 tacos. We'll see. I saw people responding, but can't find your comment. Can't do that clown nonsense. What up, Timberlake? Question mark. Who's Timberlake? Here we go. You guys ready? Coming up. I'm gonna meet him down here a little bit. Just in time. Dang, should have got beefy fire layer grill. Give him a hug. I'm giving him a hug. What are you talking about? You guys see me? A little bit. Yo, what up, man? You have an order for Taco Bell? Hi, yeah. How are you? Good, how are you? I'm good. Thank you. Thanks. Have a good night. You too. Okay. Let's go inside. All right, y'all already know. I'm almost done. All right, y'all. So, what did you guys notice? Did you notice anything? This is I would say, let me go down my basement. This is probably the 4th time this has happened. Is that lighting better? Shout out to Ruby's got a little ball pit here. Anyways, that was a woman. Account said Justin. She hopped out of the. Hold on. Let me get rid of my stuff here. Okay, so I think you guys can hear me. Give me a thumbs up if you can still hear me okay before I start rambling. Justin sounds like a woman. Yep, it was. Yep. Using her boyfriend account. Yep. So she hopped out of the driver's seat. She was kind of dressed up. She had almost like a dress on. Her hair was like kind of done. Hopped out of the driver's seat. I couldn't tell if there was somebody. It's kind of dark. Couldn't tell if there was somebody in the passenger, like her boyfriend. Could definitely be that. I think, especially at nighttime, a lot of people might dash together a boyfriend's account, or the boyfriend's there. Who knows? But I'll say this: I don't necessarily like. Hold on, me. I don't know, guys. Okay. Let me say this. Order came fast. I'll get into the order in a second. Make sure everything's here or whatnot. I don't know how to feel about that. I'll say this: if they're together, it's all good. Hey, whatever. It's fine, right? But like, there's got to be a reason. She doesn't have an account. Why isn't he? Like, is it maybe they're just hanging out? I get all those things. But if he's not in the car and she's using his account, I don't like that. That's just me. Call me grumpy old man. For this reason, let's say I'm ordering food. I'm expecting a woman. Let's say, Samantha was my dasher, and I'm meeting them outside at midnight. No, I'm sorry, 12:30. I'm expecting a woman to come up to me, and some big dude walks up to me, and let's say I'm a woman, and I see a big man approaching me. I don't know. Maybe that makes me feel some type of way, right? I don't know. It happens, though. I think it's common. I think they just dash together or whatever. But I don't think we shouldn't be having people working on other people's accounts. That's just my opinion. Call me old. I don't care. Okay. So let's open this up and see. Maybe she is not a she. She was a woman. It seemed like she was a woman to me, but whatever, right? Me too, John, but I still like nice to meet. Yeah. Okay. As long as they get the job done, I think it's okay. I don't disagree with it. Like I said, call me an old man. What is she? What if the guy is 4A or identifies as? Yeah, who knows? Feel the same pros and cons on either side. Yeah, it is what it is. I think it's just interesting. I've never worked on somebody else's account. Nobody's ever worked on mine. 1, 2, 3. So we should have 3 tacos, 3 sauce packets. Bag is sealed, no drink. That was quick. That was like 20 minutes, guys. Okay. Well, we have napkins. That's a good sign. Okay. I have You guys remember I ordered Diablo, right? Do you guys remember that? It even says it on the ticket. What's it say? 3 Diablo sauce. You guys can see that. There you go. Okay. What's in the bag? What do you think's in the bag? Any guesses? What is this? Mild sauce? Okay. I mean, hot. 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 Mild. No Diablo sauce. Now, we'll say this. Places run out of stuff. They could have been out of Diablo. Completely could have been out of it. I used to run restaurants. Okay, listen, I was a pickler, whatever, stickler for food costs. If a customer asks me for 3 of something, they're going to get 3. These things cost money. People sell them online. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 sauce packets. It's raining sauce packets. I got 10 more sauce packets than I asked for. Now, some would say, well, Pedro, people always like extra sauce. They're just grabbing a handful, guys, and throwing it in. I get it. But why be wasteful? Just an observation. 1, food's hot. That's great. Food's hot. That's a great sign. I would say, still, technically, I did not get everything I ordered, technically speaking. But overall, this is a good ordering experience. She was friendly. She was nice. She got it here quickly. I got the food quick. I mostly got everything. Not bad. I will say that. Not too shabby. All right. So let me see. Is the order correct? Not 100%. I got 13 sauce packets instead of 3, and I didn't get the Diablo that I ordered. So technically it's not correct, but overall I'm satisfied with it because I'll use these. It's no problem. And they gave me napkins, so that's a big plus for me. Okay, so yeah, John's getting ready to go live. Put a link in if you can. Do you rate your drivers? I do rate my drivers, yes. They will give me 10 packets for 1 quesadilla. Yeah, wasteful, right? Will you leave a driver review? I don't usually leave reviews unless something really good happens or like something really bad. I don't think I've ever done that. No Baja Blast, no. Okay, listen. You guys are fantastic. Hit the thumbs up on the way out. Appreciate the 262 for rocking. This has been a lot of people in tonight's stream. I expected that because we had a different kind of topic and we brought people in and we were debating and talking and blah, blah, blah. So that was always fun. It's good when we do that. Told you no sauce. See, you did call it. Listen, let me put this up there. Hold on. You called it. I got sauce, but not what I ordered, but I think they're just throwing stuff in that bag. You know what I'm saying? LFG, what up, Ringo Dash? What up? Okay. That's all I got, man. Long night, 3.5 hour stream. Appreciate you guys. Hit thumbs up on the way out. Go check out John McKillian. Put in one more link, John, if you can, or somebody else. Go check out his live. He'll probably have some people coming in. I don't know if John was doing the live order as well. I'm not really sure, but go check out my man's. Go check out City Deliveries. Go check out, who are the other 2? ALLinWithari. Go check out her. And, Uneducated Economist hit 100,000 subscribers this week. I love his channel. I like that guy. He celebrated. He got his, for those of you that don't know, YouTube content creators, when you get 100K, you get like a silver play plaque. You get to put it up or hang it up. It's like a trophy kind of plaque. And he had his 2 sons, just share with his viewers, him opening it up, and they opened it. And I just love it. Seems like a humble dude. And I've been watching his channel for a while now. So one day we will hit 100K on this channel, and that will be an amazing thing. It will happen. So check out those people. Appreciate you guys. Hit the thumbs up on the way out. I'll give you guys content every day. We will have a video tomorrow. Catch you then.